That's impossible. And lo and behold, the car was stolen. Had to go to LAPD. Clearly, it is not a priority because cars get stolen all the time. We heard from quite a few of you that have shared many stories of cars getting stolen, some getting found, some never getting found. And we got to a point where earlier this week, they officially deemed her car a total loss. And through insurance and everything else, we were able to basically, she got her new car over the weekend. So I thought it would be the perfect time to have Jake call her as a police officer. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea.
It's great. It's a great idea.
And so Jake decided to call and say, I know he didn't say he knew she had a new car. I knew that, but that they found her other car, and it was in this was her biggest fear, is that she would get her car back in drivable condition, but it would be so disgusting that she would never be able to
drive it again,
even though she would have to drive it again. So rather than be the supportive husband that I try to be on a regular basis, I decided, let's try to do something that could be fun for the show. And already I regret this, so take a listen. This happened yesterday after the show, and I have not stopped hearing about it since.
Hello?
Hello, is this Danielle Klein?
Who's this?
This is Officer Medina with the LAPD North Hills Division.
Hi, yes, this is her.
Hi, great. I'm calling to inform you that we have found your Land Rover attempting to cross. Yeah, it was attempting to cross the border yesterday.
No way. Yeah. I literally just went through insurance and I just got my new car.
Oh, well, that's
so
great.
What does that mean, though? I mean...
well, the good news is it's not a total loss. There are some scratches to the driver's side door. You're going to have to get a couple new tires and wheels. But you will have to come down to a San Diego tow yard and pick it up.
Wow. Okay, this is... so now I don't understand. What do we do?
Oh, well, yeah, you'll have to come down and pick it up.
And then do you happen to know if, like, any of the stuff that was in it was left in there? Probably not, right?
Well, there's probably... I'm sure these are not your items, because it appears as if the thieves were using the car as some sort of mobile drug lab. We found
those are not.
Yeah, we found
it would be kids stuff. So
I'm sorry.
It would be kids stuff in there.
Oh yeah, we found an abundance of paraphernalia normally associated with labs and shoot-up sites, so you might want to hire a professional biohazard team to get rid of all that residue and needles, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want that. I guess that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you mind if I add my husband into this call?
Sure, yeah.
Sorry, because I'm not. Hold on 1 second. Kevin?
Hi.
You're on with the sheriff or...
I'm Officer Medina with the LAPD North Hills Division.
What?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, we found your car attempting to cross the border into Mexico yesterday.
Being used for drug paraphernalia.
Well, it appears as if they're using it as a mobile drug lab. Right now, there's an abundance of paraphernalia in the car. It also appears as if they used the vehicle to transport livestock. There's a leftover droppings and feed, and a smell that might not be able to get removed in the car. But we did recover a car seat that has also been soiled, and a brown coat was found in the car.
Oh my God!
Or any of those items here?
I mean the car seat, and if it's a brown coat, yes.
Oh, great. Yeah, those are still there for you. But the car is in a tow yard in San Diego, and you might want to pick it up as soon as you can, because each day it's a $125 fee that will accumulate.
Kevin, I don't understand this.
Can you go?
What? Me?
Well,
San Diego?
It's in San Diego?
Is this something that we can talk to insurance? I mean, I don't want a car back either that had drugs in it with kids and
Yeah, but
drop-ins.
Danielle, the problem is that they find the car. It's now we have to.
I don't think so with insurance.
Officer, is there a certain amount of days where you have to find it where it's not considered a total loss? Because
Yes, if we find it within 90 days, it's still your responsibility. So I believe I have it here. It's January 17th. Is that the day?
I don't know. I don't even know.
This is insane. I've never. But nobody's going to drive around a car with droppings and
Well, you'll be surprised what some of these addicts will do to a car and what they can live with. It is insane. But.
Yeah, I'm not driving around with kids. Like, that's considered. We got to get insurance on the phone.
They've gone in the car too, though, before the kids. So.
What?
Well,
what are you talking about, Kevin? He's talking about the new. What are you talking about? He's talking about my old car. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was telling your wife that you're going to have to get a professional to clean for the biohazard and the smell, animal droppings, etc.
Then I'm going to call and see if we can get back the new car because...
No, listen, I'm not driving around a car that had drugs all over it and droppings. That's insane. We need to get on the phone with
but we can't have two cars. We're going to have to pay for both cars now because they found it.
I think we need to get in touch with insurance, Kevin, right? Because you can't do anything.
Well, I feel like the first step should be trying to recover your car as soon as possible. Like I said, each day it incurs a fine.
So how much do we owe you to this point?
Well, right now, it's the first day will be, it's not even to me, it's to the tow yard. It'll be $125 per day.
Hold on. All
right.
We need to get Shim and insurance on the phone, okay?
Hold on. Does anyone on this call's husband work in radio?
What?
I have a wife.
Is it possible this whole thing is a prank?
Kevin?
Mr. Klein.
I love you, baby. It's a prank.
Oh, my God. I hate you. Kevin. No, not okay.
Oh.
Now you know you don't have to pick up a car in San Diego. She hung up. All right.
It's just Jake sitting by himself.
Oh, man. I'm just alone in a room now.
It took me a second to realize she hung up.
Oh, I can't believe Beetlejuice called your wife.
I don't know
to say the car was recovered.
I regret that, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Text line seems to have liked that.
Oh, that was great.
Gotta take a break.
Jake?
Go try to save my marriage.
Officer Medina here, yeah.
Be right back next.
They were very simple.
Klein Alley Show.
And they were mean.
Mornings on KROQ.
And also joyful.
Klein Alley Show.
Fun to listen to.
KROQ. KROQ.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid?
Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh, good morning and welcome to a very wet Wednesday. Drive through it, you can do it. Keep it wet, all those things we say to each other when it's raining. We are Klein Alley Show. Nice to meet you. We got a big show planned for you today. We'll find out why Allie had an altercation with the cops yesterday. Just when I thought
Officer Medina.
a real cop, not Officer Medina. That's a fake cop. Allie had to deal with the real officers yesterday.
Yeah, there were some waiting at guest services inside of a Target for an incident that happened in a parking lot.
You do
there
look
were
shook.
Witnesses that...
I'm going to be honest, you look shook. Like, I didn't know.
I don't feel great right now.
Oh, man. Wow. What is the cause of Allie's reason that she had to... I mean, I assume it was shoplifting. I assume you got caught.
See, that's what everyone assumes, that it was my fault. I posted this picture of, the parking lot. There was a cop and another guy.
We've told a story about how you've stolen numerous times.
And everyone's like, what did you do now?
Well, of course.
It's obviously your fault.
I think isn't Target your mom's number one target to steal from? I think that's why they call the place Target. It's Allie's mom. She's like always in there.
It's a rob Target.
Yeah, that's my Target. I'm going to go steal from Target.
You know what's really frustrating is that yesterday, we're going to be doing this Valentine's Day card redo today. And I was like, well, all of the cheesiest, worst cards are at Target.
They sure are.
I was like, I can go to CVS or Walgreens, but I got to go to Target because they've got the spread.
The least funny of the Valentine's Day cards.
And then as I was laying on the ground in the parking lot, I thought I should have gone to CVS.
Well, we'll find out exactly why Allie had her altercation with the real police. That'll be coming up later this morning on the show. Place your bets.
I think it when it was all said and done, the cop was not on my side.
It looks like you got tased. I'm not saying you did, but I'm just saying we will find out later.
My eye always looks like that.
Jake had an incident yesterday in a parking lot as well. I can't wait to get to this a little bit later in the show. Jake was attempting to get people to buy him eggs. They put all these egg shortages now at grocery stores. You can only buy one carton if you're lucky. So Jake was out in the parking lot attempting to get people to go in and buy him a second carton of eggs. Here's just a tease, but he also had his own issues in parking lots.
Excuse me. They can only let you buy a dozen eggs at a time, and I'm trying to score an extra dozen, and they won't let me buy one. If I give you money, could you get me a dozen eggs?
The only character he has is Officer Medina now?
That's his only character.
Well, it worked, Omar, so now
I guess
that's what he's doing forever.
Jake's never received more praise for anything he's done on the show than his Officer Medina voice, so he's sticking with it. So he went. So he was approaching people going in and out of Trader Joe's, trying to see if he could score another dozen.
Won't let me buy one. If I give you money, could you get me a dozen eggs?
No, sorry.
Can't give me
I'm gonna respect what the store's doing.
Can't
Sorry
give me
about that.
All right.
Jake started getting the shakes.
Square.
Yeah, a lot of squares, by the way. Jake claims he also got ratted out, got narked on, had to deal with the authorities as well. We had multiple incidents of people on this show having to deal with the authorities in parking lots.
And then Jake had to interview himself as Officer Medina.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Thanks, sir.
We got all that to get into on the show today. Lots going on. Plus, we will get you on a standby boarding list, travel to Toronto, see some Lumineers. Mumford & Sons. And we have your Lumineers tickets coming up this hour right here on KROQ. about 5 minutes, give you the shot to get $100 of Allie's money. Plus, if you beat her, we'll throw in some Lumineers tickets. You can go check out the Lumineers hanging out at Yamava. Plus, we'll give you $50 to play the slots. Turn that 50 into your millions, and boom, life is all set for you. Of course, if the person playing does not beat Allie, well, those Lumineers tickets go up for grabs, which means anyone listening, just driving around, trying to avoid the potholes and the puddles, will get their shot at the Lumineers tickets and the $50 as well.
High stakes.
High stakes.
Early this morning.
Every morning. And we'll get into everything else we have in store for you on the show today. Let's start, though, with a compliment. Compliments don't come around very often. We don't give them to each other, hardly ever. And rarely do we hear them from outside people. So when there's a compliment, we better accept it, right?
Hey, just wanted to say how freaking hilarious Jake is. Like, this is a Jake appreciation message, man. Like,
oh, wait, that is the wrong... that's the wrong message. Sorry, moving on to the compliment about us. I'm sorry, Jake. We can't... delete that one, please. Thank you.
Fine. Allie, sweet tips. Hey, quick compliment for you guys. I listened to Kevin and Bean for years up until the pandemic. I could listen from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, lose them midway through meetings, phone calls, and would listen to the podcast. My drive home would be an hour, and I would always finish the podcast before I got home. And that's because Kevin and Bean would redo their 6 o'clock material at 9 o'clock and their 7 o'clock material, etc., because nobody listens for 4 hours on the West Coast.
Those guys were smart. Way smarter than we are. They figured that out, huh? What a hack.
They do half the work.
Half the show. Jesus Christ, why do we think of that?
You guys do the full 4 hours, and that's not lost on me, and I hope it's not lost on a lot of your listeners.
Oh, it is. Trust me.
It's lost on me. Why aren't we doing that? We're so dumb.
They tell us all the time it's a complete waste of our efforts and time to do 4 full original hours every day, and that why would we even bother, because that's not the way anyone listens to the radio. And we think about the people like you that do appreciate it, that do like the additional 2 hours of show.
But all of your podcasts are 2 hours long. That's new material every single day. And now you guys are on camera, which means that you can't even be yourselves. You have to be conscious of the fact that people are watching you.
Well, listen, that is from the research. They said stop being yourselves.
Being on camera means you can't be yourself.
Right. We were in the makeup chair bright and early this morning, getting made up into better versions of ourselves.
We have a horrible makeup crew.
Yeah. They should all be fired immediately. They specialize in monster makeup in like the sci-fi movies, and they came in to do our makeup every day.
Put on Klein's prosthetic nose and everything.
Yeah, between the two of us, I don't think we have any makeup on. At least
I have makeup on.
You
I
do?
have said this every day.
Oh my, get a refund.
I have.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I do it in my car, so it's kind of a gamble as to how it turns out.
Just huge kudos. I think what you guys are doing is great. I listen to you every day.
Good man.
I listen to your podcast if I miss any of the segments. And
all right, well, get a life, sir.
Just keep it up. I mean, it's...
All right, thank you.
You're part of my day, every single day.
It means a lot.
What a compliment. You're part of my day.
That is insulting. I think I'm insulted.
You literally say that about traffic, about clothes, about everything.
Germs. We're a part of your day. So there you have it. We're here doing way more than we probably should be. But I guess, when you're talented Hall of Famers, you can do less stuff because it'll be better stuff. It's like when LeBron goes in for limited minutes. He makes the most
and I'll
of
admit there's every once in a while there's something that that we like, that we do very, very early. And
people
then
give
it's
us such a hard time.
I know, and then it's like, not a lot of people heard that. Maybe we should, put it on, and then people are like, "What the hell, you sell out?"
You sell out.
And we're like, "Well, okay, forget it."
Piece of crap.
Yeah.
You lazy phoning it in. You re-aired that thing from Johnny at UCLA. Yeah, we understand. People listen to the radio at different times. Maybe you came to work, maybe leaving early today because there's going to be more traffic because the wet roads. Who the hell knows? I don't know. But thanks for spending some of your morning with us. Thanks for letting us be a part of your day. We'll make it worth your while by bribing you with $100 on Lumineers tickets. If you want either of those or both, call us now, 800-520-1067. We'll get into some Allie Knows the News, 5 questions about the news. Do better than Allie, instantly win. And for those of you that don't want to play, don't want to call, but still want to win, listen, because if the contestant loses, those tickets will go up for grabs immediately, and then all you got to do is call and claim them. That'll be after this quick break right here on KROQ.
I think everybody here knows what it means to join the Mile High Club, right?
Oh my God!
It's the KROQ Mile High Club. Get lucky and see your favorite KROQ bands in places all over the world. Destination 4. Climb the CN Tower. Take in a hockey game. Go out in the boot and eat all the poutine you can handle. Because it's okay. Free healthcare.
When KROQ sends you to see us, Mumford & Sons in Toronto, Canada.
It's not your fault but mine. And I will wait for you.
Listen Listen to 9, noon, 3, and 6.
Qualify all week and instantly score tickets to our show at the Palladium.
Pre-sale starts 10 a.m. tomorrow at Ticketmaster. Sign up at agora.gentlemenoftheroad.com.
Rush me a restless heart to the end.
You'll get the chance to see him again in Toronto, Canada.
Good people, been down so long.
It's the KROQ Mile High Club, Destination 4. Keep listening to win. Good luck.
Courtesy of Live Nation.
The world famous KROQ.
From Monster Tour Water. Straight up water, nothing else. Visit monstertourwater.com to find a store near you.
It's always fun to pay the people every morning right around this time. Give you the shot at $100 of Allie's cash. To date, she's paid thousands of dollars of her own money to people just like you because they know more about the news than she does. As I speak right now, this very moment here at KROQ. You don't believe me? You can check out the stream. She's over there feverishly working on the news, which she'll be delivering later this hour and every single hour with the ADD News.
Feverishly.
But is she paying attention to what's going on?
Did I learn something just now and already forget it?
Probably. Thanks a lot, Weed. Let's get into it. A brand new theme song inspired by one of the stories that you've told on the show. This is a listener that left us on the GOAT line, and this should put you in the right frame of mind to win.
She bullies Marcus Mumford about his wife's Oscar blues.
Yeah. Marcus, your beautiful wife, Carrie Mulligan, also has an Oscar. Do you
She doesn't yet, actually.
Let's find out if Allie knows the news. You guys are stupid assholes.
Let's say hi to Corey, listening in Riverside this morning. Wet Wednesday here at KROQ. Good morning, Corey.
Howdy. Good morning, guys.
We got $100 up for grabs, plus tickets to go see the Lumineers, plus $50 to play the slots at Yamava. You beat Allie, all that is yours. You lose, you get no money, and we give those tickets to anyone listening right now that calls us after you, okay?
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, Allie's leaving. I wish you nothing but the best. Let's get into it. Your round of Allie Knows the News starts the second she walks out that door. She's moving very slowly today. Something happened yesterday in a parking lot at a Target, and we'll find out. Here we go.
Allie Knows the News.
Question number one. Duolingo has announced the death of their mascot. What was the mascot of Duolingo?
An owl?
Say that again?
An owl?
Go to question number two. An airline has just been the first to officially ban this tech after it started fire on one of their planes. Will other airlines follow? This tech will officially be banned from being on at least one airline right now. What tech is being banned?
Phone chargers?
Question number three. Jack White is offering $20 tickets to his new tour. But what do you have to do to get one of the $20 tickets? What do you have to be? It's only to a certain group of people. Who's getting the $20 tickets?
Dog lovers.
Dog lovers? Go to question number four. This NBA star has just hit 30,000 points.
Oh, that's Kevin Durant.
And finally, think you're going to win some money today because there's no way she'll get that one. This band, set to have a massive reunion tour this year, has just been nominated for entry into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Was it Black Sabbath?
All right, let's bring Allie in. We'll score it together. See how you did. Once again, 5 questions all about the news. Yes, there's other news out there. There's bomb cyclones. There's Pineapple Expresses. There's weather stuff. But be ready to call because if Allie does somehow beat this guy, those tickets become your tickets, and all you got to do is be on the phone. So listen just a little longer. Here we go. Allie, welcome back to the studio.
Thanks.
You're limping a lot.
Yeah, I'm not in great shape.
Okay.
Just walking like you, dude.
Yeah, it's a cool limp. I like that.
I'm getting a cool Klein limp.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm doing it on purpose. So
Question number 1. Duolingo has announced the death of their mascot. What was the mascot of Duolingo?
Oh, the mascot died?
Apparently their mascot died.
I know it was a bird.
I need more specific.
Oh, what is that thing? Is it an owl?
Okay. He said owl. Allie said owl. Correct answer is an owl.
Great.
I can't believe anyone even knew they had a mascot. I don't know why I kept
that's the logo when you download the app.
I kept getting that story sent to me yesterday so many times. I don't know why people think I care.
Well, because you would never try and learn a new language.
Still trying to figure out English. Question 2. An airline has banned this tech after it started fire on one of their planes. The first official airline to ban this tech from their flights, and other airlines may soon follow. What tech is now being banned from at least one airline?
It's got to be that headphone jack for those tiny little headphones.
Really? That's your guess?
I don't know.
That started fire, you think, on a plane? A tiny headphone jack?
Those things don't work.
That is, no. That's very wrong. He guessed a phone charger. He's kind of in the right ballpark, but technically they are banning those mini power banks. The mini power banks that are juiced
like on
up.
the back of the plane?
No, like the little things that you...
almost the same thing.
Portable chargers really are more aligned. I cannot accept phone. Well, hold on. Judge said, yes, I can. Okay.
Where's that judge?
I'm looking at him, the Russian judge. Go to question number 3. He's up 1-0, Allie. His guess was way closer than yours.
Yikes.
Jack White is offering $20 tickets to his new tour, but you have to be fit into a certain group to receive the $20. Which group of people are being offered the $20 tickets to the Jack White show?
Oof. Gosh, he's pretty political. You have to be Jewish.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
He's combating Kanye by offering $20 tickets?
Yeah.
No, that's also wrong. Very wrong. He guessed it was dog lovers. Also wrong. If you are a student and can prove that you are currently a student, you only got to pay $20 to see Jack White.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
Man, I miss those student discounts. Those were great.
No one gets the point. I did talk to someone at an Apple store recently that said that if you show them any sort of a student ID, even if it's a picture of an old student ID, even if clearly you have not gone to that school in 20 years, they will honor that.
What?
That's what the guy said. He said that is like one of the Apple Store hacks.
Dude, that's one of my biggest regrets is losing that student ID. I don't know where the hell it is.
I used to always go to an Apple Store wearing a cap and gown, no matter what, just so they really, believe that I was a student.
The sad thing is that if I showed it to them, they'd be like, "Who is this?"
Right. I know. She seems so much more fun and full of hope. We go to question number 4, and Allie's still down 1. This NBA star just hit 30,000 points.
Who is scoring lots? Probably LeBron.
The correct answer was said by Corey, Kevin Durant.
Oh, wow.
30,000. It's a big number to be in, and now he's up 2 with only 1 question left, Allie. This is not good for you. Here we go. Question number 5. This band, set to have a massive reunion this year, has just been nominated for entry into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oasis.
That is correct. He said Black Sabbath. Wrong. Well, Allie,
oh my God! I have to give money away.
She's got to give you $100, Corey, and more importantly, you just got yourself some tickets to go see the Lumineers playing at Yamava, plus $50 to play the slot. So technically, you just won $150 and Lumineers tickets. Not a bad way to start your day. All before 6:30 a.m.
You're going to feel bad about that once you learn what happened to me.
Yeah, you'll feel bad taking Allie's money once you realize that she's potentially having a brain bleed right now. What must you shamefully admit, Allie, over the airwaves of KROQ? Go ahead.
Well, I'm Allie, and I guess I'm an idiot, and Corey knows the news.
There you go. Corey, congratulations.
Congrats, Corey.
Thanks, Corey.
Thank you, guys.
For everyone else that was rooting against Corey,
reset the clock.
Shame on you.
Whoa.
Whoa. What is it, best of luck? Is that what he said?
I thought he said shut the F up.
I don't know.
No, it said best of luck.
Oh, best of luck. All right. We got the show to get into after this. KROQ, we are Klein Alley's show. If you're single and looking for love, we have
Stop perving already, dude.
Single lady.
Yeah, man.
She is beautiful. I saw a picture. In fact, there she is. Wow. She's our single person spotlight for today. She's a listener of the show. She is very eligible, and you'll have a chance to meet her a little bit later this morning. I don't know if we have a picture of her up yet on our Instagram at Klein Alley Show, but if we don't, we should.
Just so we can get some followers.
She should be the official picture of this show moving forward. I don't want any more pictures of us. No more Jake's dumb dog. No more Johnny.
We never post pictures of my dumb dog. She's not dumb.
Well, anyway, regardless, this is the new face of our show, Mariah. She's single, and she is looking to meet you, and she will be our single person spotlight later this morning. If you're looking for a date, and she said she is open to dating. I mean, she wants to go out. She's not just wasting our time here on the radio.
She's open to dating? No, yeah.
Yeah,
it'd be weird if she wasn't, because then why would she come on this dumb bitch?
Single person spotlight. I want to stay single.
It has happened in the past, and Vanessa will tell you that we've had people on, and then when they get DMs from people, they go, you know what, I'm just not feeling it. And she's like, I'm open, right, Vanessa, right? She wants to have a good time.
Yeah, she's ready for a relationship.
Yeah. So, you know what that means, right? Well said.
That means I wish that we could just Photoshop her face onto my face every day on the live stream. We would get way more views.
If you could hold her picture up in front of you for the remainder of the show.
Is that better?
Yeah, everyone can check. Oh, her phone number's there. I would put that down.
Oh.
Yeah, bigger picture. Your forehead's too big.
Allie's putting her phone number out there on the big live stream. Please don't call her. That's a big mistake on our part. In fact, moving forward, when we get pictures of the guests in here, let's not put their phone number on. We got too many cameras in here. It's a bad look. Allie had an altercation yesterday with the police.
I didn't have an altercation with the police.
It sounds like you did. I saw a picture, too. And today you claim that you're moving very slowly. So you got tased at Target trying to steal.
Technically, I got hit by a car.
What?
So
were you walking?
I'm walking gingerly, but yes, I'm walking.
Is the car okay?
Shut up! The car's fine.
How much damage to the car?
I didn't damage the stupid car. The car damaged me. I'm damaged goods.
So I'll take a moment of silence and think about that car for a second. Hold on.
Shut up.
Totaled.
It's not total. It's not a total loss.
So Allie, what happened?
I had decided, like I said, to go to Target to look at some Valentine's Day cards and get some stuff together for the show. And so I had parked, and at Target in the parking lot, they have like 50 spots for handicap, 50 spots for curbside. You have to park kind of far even if you get a good spot. So I'm walking.
They're the most egregious. No offense, Target. You got a lot of cool stuff.
I was like halfway down the aisle, and I was like the first normal spot.
The Target I go to, there's one level of parking lots you can't even park on unless you are handicap or picking up
or both. Sometimes you have to be both.
You have to be handicap with a pre-order. It's the only way you can park there. If not, you can't even go on that level.
So I'm walking, and I've got like a 10-minute window where I can run this errand before I have to pick my kid up from school. So I'm walking kind of fast, and as I'm passing the handicap section of the parking lot, I suddenly feel an impact on my leg, knee, hand, lots of pain, and I'm knocked down to the ground, and I realize that a car backed out of their spot immediately into me, and I'm glad they were planning on pulling out all the way, but once they realized they hit me, they decided to stop. And
you got backed into?
Yes, they backed into me.
The irony of that is we always play those funny sounds when we talk about you backing up, which are those loud warning beeps.
I know, and I probably should have those for walking forwards now. So it hurt. I mean, when you're not expecting that, which I guess when are you?
Well,
but even if
I think getting hit by a car, yeah, it would hurt for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but of all the places,
but it's like you're just on your way. You're like doing something mindless, right? You're like in autopilot, and then all of a sudden you just experience a lot of pain, followed by you're on the pavement, you don't know what happened, and then you realize that, oh my God, there's a car there that just literally backed into me. I'm glad they didn't keep going.
What kind of car? Like a SUV, regular car?
See, that's why I'm bad in these scenarios, because I'm not an observant person, and I have no idea. It was black. It was a black car.
Even now? You don't have an idea afterwards? You didn't make notes?
So
take pictures?
I'm on the ground, and then I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God!
A face plant, or you put your hands out, or
can't remember. Can't tell you, Omar. Wow. I just remember I was on the ground.
Did a crowd gather to see what happened?
How'd this whale get here?
Another beached whale. No, there were a couple people who stopped, including one of the guys who was doing the curbside stuff at
to help you, or just to watch like you would do.
To point and laugh.
Okay.
And no. They did end up helping me. So the guy gets out, and he's an old man.
Oh, an old guy.
Old guy in a handicapped spot, and you
just mushed yourself yesterday by bad talking that old lady.
That's so true.
I
yesterday
know.
On the show, Allie could not have. She put so much shade on the elderly community because she got mad that old lady tried to cut in front of her, ironically at a line. Who knows if that was a target or not.
She was trying to get old privilege.
She was trying to get old privilege. Allie was bitching about old privilege yesterday, and that's the ultimate old privilege, is backing into people.
Yeah.
When you pull out of your handicap
So
spot.
this guy goes, oh, wow, I was looking at another car to wait for that car to pass by, and then I just backed out, and you were there. Like, who knows how this happened? And I'm like, okay.
Wait, that's the first thing
Yeah, he started like rambling about an excuse of like why.
What the hell? Well, you don't even check in on your well-being?
Because people learn when you get into an accident, you're never supposed to, even if it's 100% your fault, you're never supposed to say like, I'm sorry, or that's my fault, or that's on me. Because if Allie decides to, go after this guy, then, he's going to make the argument that it was her fault because she was running through the parking lot, not whatever.
It's never the pedestrian's fault,
in this case, it could have been.
No. See, that's why I knew that you were going to say this is my fault. All I am doing is walking through the parking lot.
You said you were running. You had 10 minutes.
I wasn't running. I was walking quickly, but there were no cars around him. I was in there was that handicapped section where there was only like one or two cars that were parked there. It wasn't like a row of jam-packed cars.
Maybe he was thinking, this woman's in the handicapped section, but she's not handicapped. Let's fix that.
Are you a vigilant walker in the parking lot? Did you see the little white backing up lights pop on, or did he do it so fast that you didn't?
It was so fast. I was already in his path when he backed up. Like I was already.
He just put it in reverse and then hit the gas.
Yes. So then he gets out and he's like, and then he said, "Are you okay?" And as I'm getting up, and didn't help me up, by the way. As I'm getting up, I'm like, I think so. I think I'm all right. And then he goes, okay, starts getting in his car and says, sorry about that, and leaves.
What?
That was his plan. Get out of
You
there.
let him leave?
Well, I didn't know what was happening. I was like shocked by what the hell happened, and I was like, okay. So
Dude,
then,
most of these accidents, you're not going to feel like the actual
the injury,
like, pain, right, for days.
So then I start taking a few steps as I continue into the store, and I'm like, I need to sit down. So I sit down on the curb.
Pussy.
And I had like my fingernail, I had like bent back, and my leg was kind of hurting, and I was like, I need to take a minute. And meanwhile, the guy drives right by me as I'm sitting on the curb.
So you got a picture of the car?
So this woman pulls up and she goes, oh my God, are you okay? I just saw that whole thing. I wrote down his license plate number.
Oh, nice. Good Samaritan.
And she's like, and I was like, I think I'm all right. And she was like, is there anybody you can call to let know that you're okay, or let them know what happened? Are you going to file a police report? I was like, I don't know. Like, I think I'm okay, but yeah, I guess I should call my wife. So I get the license plate number and I call my wife, and she is no help at all. She's like, oh my God, you probably have an aneurysm. You're going to die. Oh my Lord, you should probably call an ambulance to come get you, etc. I'm
Are
like,
you
no.
for real?
Yeah, I'm like, well, this isn't making me feel any better. This is making me feel really nervous. So then I'm like, okay, I need to file some kind of report. And then as I start figuring out what I want to do, I'm like, well, I need to get the camera footage because you guys are going to find it hilarious.
Oh, God, please tell me they gave it to you.
So I went to guest services. I waited in that long line of people complaining about their returns and everything like that.
If you have the camera footage of you getting hit by this car, it will make my year. Please.
So eventually a supervisor comes and she goes, how can I help you? I'm like, somebody hit me in the parking lot. I need some camera footage. And they were like, well, you have to file a police report and the police have to request it. If the police request it, we'll give it to them and then they can give it to you. I go, okay, then I guess I'll file a police report. So I call the police and they were like, so are you okay? I was like, I mean, yeah. And they were like, so what do you want me to do about this? And I was like,
need the camera footage.
Get the footage. We need to see the fall of the mall.
So a cop shows up. This has been like an hour and a half by this point that I've been in the parking lot and at Target.
Where's your son? Did he get picked up from school or is he still there?
Katie went and picked him up.
Oh, okay.
So then
sorry to stop you, but isn't this technically a hit and run? And the officer really didn't care about it? Because just because you say, hey, are you okay? You still left the scene because you were out of your senses.
So she was like, did you say you were okay to the guy? And I was like, I said, I think so, but I don't really know. And they were like, do you need us to send paramedics? I was like, I mean, no, but my thumb hurts.
Right.
And, so they were just like, I guess we'll send an officer to do an incident report. So then the cop shows up, waiting a long time for that. Eventually he shows up and he's like, hey, what's going on? I said, well, this guy was in the spot and he starts backing up and he hits me and I fall over. And then suddenly the guy that hit me walks up.
Stop it.
To the police car.
No way.
And goes, hi, yes, that's me.
He came back.
I came back because I was so worried about you. And I was like, what? Like an hour and a half later?
Was it Ashton Kutcher? And you're a punk.
So, here we are. Yeah.
First bike ride.
So
can't believe we got a sequel to the Crash video.
I know. So then he goes, hey, I was waiting for this car to pass, and then she ran into my car. Says I ran into his car,
and after you.
I start going, what the hell? And then the cop's like, all right, what do you want to do then? Do you guys just want to exchange information? And the guy's like, well, it's up to her, and he's like playing the old person card again.
Sure.
So I'm like, yeah, I do want to exchange information. And he goes, okay. And then he tells the cop, here's my business card. I am a claims investigator.
That's what the guy's job is.
Yes.
The old man.
Yes, the old man is a claims investigator.
You're cooked, Allie. You're cooked.
He gives me his business card.
You got to get Sweet James in your corner. He'll take care.
Look at this. He is a private investigator.
Oh, my God.
And I realize...
Oh, he's one of these ambulance chaser guys.
Dude, so I realize he probably heard a police scanner say, hey, here's the license plate number of this guy. Somebody's coming out to the parking lot.
Heard that he was under investigation for hit and run.
And then he came back.
Came back to the scene of the crime.
Came back to the scene of the crime to somehow prevent an incident report from happening, swaps information, and goes on his way. Damn. And now this is literally the worst person that can hit me.
Yeah, worse.
Is a claims investigator going, okay, well, what's the point of pursuing this, right?
Hey, you're on KROQ. Good morning. What's up? Hey.
That is the dumbest thing ever. Like, how do you get hit and act like that? Like, how do you become a radio host and you're that illiterate and that dumb? Like,
there's a good question, Allie. Let's go ahead and blame the victim here.
We don't know whose side they're on. Let's take the next call.
So when do we get the video? That's the most important thing here.
That's the thing, though, Omar, is that I don't think they're going to ask for it because they don't consider this an incident because there's no incident report.
It's an incident. As long as you get litigious, it's an incident. And you got to get that video.
Am I going to get litigious just to get the video?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. We'll have a whole screening.
But if I call, say, Sweet James or something like that, I mean, this is a road to go down, right?
Yeah.
And this guy seems like an expert. I mean, this guy has a website and everything.
He has an AOL.com email address. He's the expert you're going with? That guy? Get out of here. Look at his email address.
And I'm like, I can't believe I thought this little old man, I'm like, oh, just let him go. I don't want him to, they take away his license and all that stuff. And now this guy's screwing me.
Here's the deal. If you get this video, I will rent out a theater in Hollywood, and we will fill it with listeners of the show. We can all gather for the big world premiere of Allie getting hit in a parking lot video.
And I would just love to know what happened, so I just want to review the footage.
Because there is an outside chance that once you see the footage that maybe you did run into his car, and you are the problem.
Do you think that out of all of this, I'm going to go bankrupt? That would happen to me.
It's possible. It'd be great.
That guy's going to take me for everything I'm worth.
We got to take a quick break. We're back with more Show Your ADD News. And once again, brain-damaged Allie will deliver that news next.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ.
KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
It's KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. This technically, I think, is maybe in the category of comedy on the podcast. Like, I'm not even sure how the show is categorized. Jake, how do you put
The Bear is a comedy.
Yeah, I guess if The Bear is a comedy, this could be a comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not...
It's just so sad that you're like, but it's kind of funny.
People do tell us from time to time, hey, I was having a bad morning, you guys made me laugh, made me happy, so I guess technically that makes this a comedy, or people laugh at us. I'm not really sure if it can be a comedy if we're just being laughed at and mocked, whatever, and we do
It's
laugh.
a comedy for other people. For us, it's a tragedy.
Right. You're listening to a tragedy of a radio show that becomes a comedy for you, and every once in a while we attempt to make jokes on the show, to make it a funny show, to actually be a comedy show.
And I don't think I know you wouldn't consider yourself a comedian, would you? Me neither.
God, no.
Jake considers himself to be a stand-up comedian, and sometimes he works out his material live on the air, and it does not work.
So it's time for the return of the bad joke off. These are all jokes that were said over the airwaves of KROQ. We wish they were not. Apologies in advance. You will determine and help us determine which one is the worst of the bad jokes. Now, these jokes, I guess when people said them out loud, they thought they would be funny in their head. They're like, this is going to be funny. This is going to hit.
I'm going to find my moment. I'm going to, boom, strike.
And yesterday, we got reminded about this when we were talking about the hurricane, and the name Milton was not a great name for a hurricane. And then Jake said this, and it really silenced the room. But this was from yesterday's show.
Yes, you get a warning, and you can get out, safely evacuate, and find somewhere. But then you have to pack up all your stuff, find a place to stay. I'm sure it's really hard to find a place to stay in that amount of time.
Different names to make it sound scarier.
Well, the name
Instead of numbers?
You're saying Milton is not scary enough?
Milton's not scary.
Right.
Maybe Mama Jamma or something.
Right. Good point. Yes.
Tell that to this weatherman.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll appreciate that. He's going to start crying again. Here's that joke. So that was apparently an attempt at a joke. I don't know.
Omar liked it.
I don't think Omar liked it. I don't want to put words in Omar's mouth, but I know the noise Omar makes when he likes something, and that's more than that was him.
That was like, what are you doing? Laughter.
And listening back, I thought it was Mama Jamma. You said Mama Jamma.
Yeah.
Which is even weirder.
Yeah, even worse.
Mama Jamma.
So the first nominee in the bad joke off is shockingly not even that. That was just a setup for it. These are
that was just reminded us that we need to do it again.
3 jokes. They're all apparently bad.
3 whole jokes, huh?
You're going to hear 3 different jokes. The first person nominated in the bad joke off is Jake the Nerd. And it's a joke he made about the always funny subject of drinking and driving.
Oh, I don't remember this.
Well, consider this a tragic look back at a joke that was made on the radio from Jake the Nerd.
Having a burger just picked up at McDonald's and also having a beer on my lap.
Okay, well, let's not. The beer is a problem, maybe, but how are you?
The weed's okay?
Yeah, the weed's okay.
Yeah, don't drink and drive. You might spill your drink.
Hey, thanks, Jake. Oh, hilarious shirt available at the Venice Boardwalk.
This comedy show got canceled last night.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Eric, let me ask you. So that was Jake
It'll be a good T-shirt.
It already is a T-shirt, I guarantee
it. It is one of those dumb T-shirts that you look at when someone wears it, you go, wow, they thought that was funny enough to buy. That says, don't drink and drive.
Yeah, for Christmas.
You could spill your drink.
I feel like that joke is so old, and that's what makes this joke so bad. Is like, what? Did you think that was original? Did you think you had just thought of it?
No, of course not. No, it's even like a NoFX song.
Okay. All right. Well, there's your first nominee for bad joke off. Don't drink and drive. You could spill your drink. And you heard it. I mean, we're all having a good time. We're all having a laugh, and we all just...
I feel like you'd find that on a Father's Day card.
Yes, you definitely would. And even the father would be like, eh. Really?
I could do better.
Your second nominee in the bad joke off was a joke that Klein made. Great. This was Allie talking about sex and what people are thinking about while they're having sex, I guess. And I made a bad joke, so here we go. Thanks. Allie, what do you believe the number one common thought people have while having sex?
I think it's to-do lists.
To-do lists, not who-do lists, which they're in the middle of.
Exactly. While you're doing someone else, you're thinking what you have to do after that.
That's interesting. I've got my to-go list going.
What's great is that you're smiling and laughing at your own self.
I did it so Jake would boo, and I knew it would happen, and he booed. Jake, joke number 2 is the to-go list.
I think that one's especially bad because you also made a who-do list before, like you made a weird who-do list joke before the to-go list joke. So you were trying to make multiple to-do list puns, none of which worked.
Well, I thought if I did enough of them, one would hit.
A who-do list or a to-go list. It's like, all right,
I think that
that's
people do have a list of people that they'd like to do while if they're having sex with someone they've been with for a while, they maybe have a running list of other people they're thinking about. That's cool. That's called a who-do list. You know that.
Then what is the to-go list?
That was just a bad joke. I don't know. I don't stand by that. I don't think. And your final nominee is Allie.
No.
Believe it or not. This was... I think we've said in this clip that this is the worst joke that was ever told on the history of the show.
Oh.
But we were talking about the different types of parties you go to as an adult. And somehow someone brought up housewarming parties. And Allie made this joke. And boy, is this a room silencer. Maybe when you turn 50, that's a big party.
Housewarming party?
That's kind of lame. That's like you show up and you bring someone a plant. Here's a fern, happy house.
That sounds nice.
And by the way, nowadays, if you have enough money to buy a house in Southern California, no one should be bringing you anything to your party. You should be giving people stuff.
And it's LA, so your house is already real warm.
So we got 1, 2, 3. That was the worst joke of the show so far. By the way, I think that may have been the worst joke in the history of the show. Write it down, Jake, for the bad joke off. All right, Allie.
You don't need to housewarm. It's a housewarming party in a warm house. Joke. It's kind of funny when you think about it. It's a thinker.
It's definitely not
a think
thinker.
Piece. It'll sit with you.
3 bad jokes.
Keep tapping your forehead like that.
3 bad. I didn't even play the Into It joke Allie made because
I stand by the Into It joke. That's
sold
a great
out 21
joke.
Pilots tickets. You can go to the Into It Dome. Apparently, their grand opening last night was not a massive success.
Into it, more like can't get into it. Thank you, Vanessa.
I got you.
Get ready.
Let's just go home. All right, that one is not nominated.
I'm not even getting a laugh from Omar. I'm getting a pain.
Painful noise. So you have to decide who wins this round of the bad joke off. Is it the to-go list? Is it the housewarming party? No need to have a housewarming party because the houses in Southern California are already warm. That was a weather joke. Or is
I really should stay away from anything weather related.
Yeah. Or is it Jake's? Don't drink and drive.
Rising a classic.
559 said, I at 35 years old, and I've never heard the Jake joke ever in my life.
It's still
that
not.
You may spill your beer.
It's still not a good joke, though.
Classic.
It's not classic.
Yes, it is.
I think even though it's not eligible, your Mama Jammer one may win this whole thing.
I stand by it.
I think Mama Jama is the winner.
Allie Show. Thanks for discovering us, and more importantly, thank you for spreading the word and helping us to grow the show. We'll get your ADD news now, then we get into a brand new hour complete with a Valentine's Day card joke redo. Some of the worst jokes you'll ever see in your entire life are printed on Valentine's Day cards that you're probably forced to buy this week. We will try to redo them, figure out what the punchline is inside the card, get into that. Plus, Jake, can he score a dozen eggs from a place that has cut off all egg buying. He's attempting to approach people in parking lots and ask them if they would go inside and come out with a dozen for him. We'll see if he had any success in this global egg shortage we're experiencing. But first, what's happening in the world? It's time to take a look at your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Don't approach me in the parking lot.
No.
All right, biggest story of the morning is that it is raining. If traffic seems worse in general lately, you are not wrong, and there are a few reasons why traffic sucks ass right now. It's not just the rain, which will be here through tomorrow. It's also the PCH being closed, Topanga Canyon being closed, and the 101 and 405 are getting twice the normal amount of traffic now on a regular basis. And with the PCH being closed, especially for the rain, and they don't know when, it's like indefinite when they're going to open it, close it again. So you can basically, they say, start adding 20 to 30 minutes onto your daily commute.
Sweet.
And then add in one extra thing, like the rain, or that fatal wrong-way crash on the 405 that happened yesterday.
Or that woman laying in the parking lot of the Target.
Or that lesbian falling a man.
Right.
No.
Big speed bump right there in the Target parking lot.
Exactly. When there are obstacles like that, it makes it even worse. So experts are now suggesting that you carpool, that you change your commute time, or that you opt to work from home if possible, because it will probably be a while before they can open any of this stuff up.
Yeah. Or just sit in your car, enjoy the extra time with us. And maybe you win something.
True.
Maybe you join us for the single person spotlight later today. You find the love of your life, or you or become a jury member during a petty claims court.
It's like when you're that first flight out, you're like, oh, cool, my flight's at 6:30 a.m. The likelihood of something going wrong is much lower than if you're like, all right, my flight's at 2 p.m., 3 p.m. when all of these things have gone awry. That's how it is on the freeways here.
Yeah.
One ripple screws up the entire thing, and then it's F for the whole day.
I think it's already snowing in the Grapevine area, too.
Is it?
I saw some reports said snow in SoCal. I said, get out of here.
I said, you get out of here,
Can't possibly be true, but it is. I saw the video.
There are plenty of movies that do not age well. We know this, especially when it comes to problematic characters, racial stereotypes, sexism, etc. And when we started realizing it, companies started adding those content warnings to let people know, hey, this was made in a different time, this might offend you. But now, because of increasing pressure from the government, Disney and others are rolling back those content warnings, saying, we wish this movie was more offensive.
Oh,
that's great! I love that.
It's a good warning, right?
Which
there.
one are they going to fence up?
I think Dumbo.
Song of the South.
Then they'll move on to Peter Pan.
Good.
Okay.
I think the Disney ones used to say negative depictions and or mistreatment of peoples or cultures.
Right, that's the motto for this show. That's our mission statement.
No, it's not.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Now it's going to say this program is presented as originally created.
Oh.
And may contain stereotypes and negative depictions. So it's just basically like more generalized and just like, hey, this is made in its original form. And then Disney is also getting rid of their Reimagine Tomorrow initiative, which they launched a few years ago, which was aimed at, amplifying some of the underrepresented groups. So they're just like, we're not going to reimagine tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going to reimagine yesterday, baby.
Right.
So that's a fun trend. Good news if you are that weird kid with a peanut allergy. They've pretty much cured peanut allergies, and now we never have to feel bad about opening that granola bar on an airplane ever again. And they did a test, and they figured out this was the solution.
Some hope for kids with peanut allergies. A new study by the National Institutes of Health finds that children with allergies who gradually ate increasing amounts of peanut butter over 18 months eventually could eat 3 full tablespoons of peanut butter without an allergic reaction.
And they said they tested this, and it worked on 100%.
So you got to just give yourself like a slow dose of peanut butter over the course of 18 months?
Especially kids. You know the Bombas?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You've turned me on to those when my kid was born. So got to give him the Bombas that cures peanut allergies, and it's true.
Yeah, some allergists told me when my kid was like a newborn, they're like, the second that they can stop choking on stuff, start cramming these in their mouth, and they won't have a peanut allergy.
Yeah, because if you get them young with the peanuts, then they're going to be good for life, and then they're not going to be the weird peanut allergy kid.
Pull the clip of Allie saying, get them young with the peanuts. I feel like that's going to be a great clip for us to have at our arsenal. All right, we give you this one. It's new music on KROQ from a band called Nirvana from the Seattle area. Then we will get into a brand new hour of the show. Was Jake able to convince random people in a parking lot at a Trader Joe's to break the rule and help him get an extra dozen eggs? Let's find out. These are real problems that will be solved next right here on KROQ. Good morning.
Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning and welcome to your Wet Wednesday. Here we are on KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Nice to meet you. At some point this morning, we will send you potentially on an airplane to go over to Toronto, Canada, see Mumford & Sons. You'll have a shot to get on the standby list coming up later on today with us, and then all day long here on KROQ. 9, noon, 3, and 6. Remember those times, you'll need them. And I would say to win tickets on the radio is a very exciting, exhilarating feeling. But you know what else is an exciting feeling? To be able to purchase eggs at a grocery store, something we've taken for granted for a long time. Although now, Like, I was also at a Target yesterday, Allie, different one than you were at. I don't believe I ran you over yesterday. They had no eggs to purchase. You could only buy the ones in cartons already. Like the egg mix, egg drink.
Well, Katie went to Costco yesterday, and I was like, hey, grab some eggs if they have them. And she came home, and she had some eggs, and I was like, how much were they? And she was like, $8.50. I was like, that's so much for like the regular ones. They used to be half that. And she was like, I have no idea how much anything is.
Do you guys use that many eggs, by the way? Like, I use maybe 5 eggs a week, maybe.
But somebody on the text line said, I've got a big family, and we use 15 eggs every morning.
Every morning they use 15
morning?
Yes.
Eggs.
Wow.
So people love eggs,
More
man.
and more people are shutting down. Stores are putting limits. They got egg bouncers standing by the cooler. Jake was in the parking lot of a Trader Joe's, the most recent place to announce that they're limiting it to 1 carton to see if he could convince people in the parking lot to score him a does, as he kept saying. He was like a junkie for eggs. Here's just an example of what you'll hear in a moment.
Excuse me. They only let you buy a dozen eggs here?
I'm not buying eggs.
All right.
Cut him off right away, like she's been asked a million times.
Get out of here, you filth.
Yeah.
Did she spit on you, Jake?
Dude, she could have.
Get into a 12-step program, man. So we'll listen to it in its entirety in a moment, and I will say it does have a slightly happy ending, but also a sad one. We'll get to that next, K-Rock. K-Rock, Klein Alley Show. You won't believe it. It seems crazy. Seems like the kind of thing you would hear about and say that's made up. No one would buy into it. But the reality is we live in a world now where you go to a lot of places, can't get eggs. Maybe they limit your eggs. Maybe you get eggs and they get stolen. Remember there was that big egg heist that happened over the weekend?
Oh, my God, yeah.
So now the latest chain to limit the eggs you can purchase, if you can find them at all, is at Trader Joe's. So Jake went right to the parking lot of a local Trader Joe's to see if he could convince people to sneak him eggs out of the store. I mean, he was going to pay for them. He wasn't asking them to steal. But similar when you were a kid, you want someone to buy beer for you. You had a party to go to. You try to go, is that guy cool? Can I trust that guy? Give me some money.
And here, if you want 2 or 3 dozen eggs, you got to find a guy.
Yeah, because you can't just buy them yourself. You only get 12. That's not enough for a lot of people that got that omelet itch. So,
though I wonder if you were to come in 3 separate times, if any red flags would be raised there.
We may have to try that experiment today. We may have to get some costumes for Jake. He can go in as like an astronaut or something.
Definitely at the same Trader Joe's.
Same Trader Joe's. Well, you know what? He had an incident with the manager. He had an incident with people. And let's get a look at this exciting, in-depth investigation. Egg Watch 2025 continues.
Anyone who has been grocery shopping lately can't help but notice how the price for a dozen eggs has skyrocketed.
It's extremely bad news hitting your wallet. It's a lot more than I'd like to pay.
It's just chaotic right now. A high demand for eggs and very little supply.
So what's behind eggflation?
Egg Watch!
Beautifully done, Omar. Egg Watch. People claiming on the text line there was an hour wait for eggs at Costco over the weekend. That's from 714. Family of 4. We go through an entire big pack of Costco eggs every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Eggs, in so many ways, are the cornerstone of breakfast. And as you know, breakfast, I believe, is a 24-hour-a-day option. So love throwing an egg on top of any leftover I have. Steak and eggs, that's a great dinner right there.
And then there was a lady in our break room here who was making eggs, but she was throwing away the yolks.
Oh.
I was like, dude, what a flex.
Must be a billionaire.
She's just like, get out of here, yolks. Buying these just for the whites.
Chucking yolks right there. Here is Jake approaching people in the parking lot, and it didn't go great, at least for the first few.
Excuse me. They only let you buy a dozen eggs here, and they've already cut me off for a dozen. I'm trying to get an extra dozen. If I give you money, could you get me a dozen eggs?
I'm so sorry. I'm on a time crunch today.
It's all right. It's okay. Go get it.
Go get it. A lot of people gave him reasons why they could not help him.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
They only let you buy a dozen eggs here.
Okay.
And I'm trying to score an extra dozen. They cut me off.
Okay.
If I give you money, could you buy me a dozen eggs?
I mean, I have a lot of shopping to do. What's the limit? How much can you get?
Only 1 dozen.
Oh, well, that's what I need.
I'm trying to get that does,
I know.
All right. Hey, thank you, though.
She's trying to be cool, too. I know, man. I know.
I'm here for
Can't help you.
We have the same egg addiction.
Excuse me. They can only let you buy a dozen eggs at a time, and I'm trying to score an extra dozen, and they won't let me buy one. If I give you money, could you get me a dozen eggs?
No, sorry. I'm going to respect what the store's doing.
Can't give me
about that.
All right. So she didn't even say she needs eggs. She's just I respect the rules of the store. I don't want to get banned from Trader Joe's for sneaking eggs out to this guy in the parking lot.
There was definitely a lot of judgment in that statement. I'm going to respect the store's policy.
Yeah, people rejected Jake for so many different ways.
Excuse me. They only buy 1 dozen eggs here, and they cut me off. If I gave you money, could you get me a dozen eggs?
Sorry, I'm like at work right now.
Okay.
I'm at work right now.
This is like the things Allie hears.
You're literally at a grocery store.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a lot of no's. But then, Allie, the tide turned. Because then Jake got his first yes. Listen to this.
Whoa.
Excuse me. They only let you buy a dozen eggs here, and they cut me off. They won't let me buy another dozen. If I give you money, could you buy me a dozen eggs?
They have some in here?
Yeah, they got eggs in there. Is that cool?
Okay. Yeah, I'll buy it, and then you can sell me out here.
Sick, yeah. Okay. You give me that does, cuz?
Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah. What's your name? Tina, I'm Jake.
Another Tina. God, you're loved by Tinas everywhere.
Tina decides that her plan is that she's going to buy the eggs up front the egg cost, and then you sell her in the parking lot.
Dude.
It's a great
she was like, I'm going to buy him, and I'm going to meet you around the corner, and you can pay me.
But Jake claims that she never showed up. He waited. She never returned.
Really?
Yeah. Then Jake got approached by...
She just hid in the store?
Jake then got approached by the manager of Trader Joe's that said there were some complaints about a man that was harassing people in the parking lot for eggs. Yeah.
What's going on?
And I'm having some people ask me why there's a guy out here asking people for more eggs.
How many people have asked you that?
I've got a couple. I got 2 already.
So Jake's like all upset now because he thinks he got narked on.
You should have said, "What's it to you, dude? I want my eggs."
Yeah.
God damn it!
Yeah. Why didn't you?
Well, then make me well.
Yeah, I mean, you're technically helping this guy. I mean, he's a manager. He wants sales, so you're buying the eggs.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah, you kind of rolled over. Yeah, pussy. I mean, you really did, Jake.
Dude, I think Tina did
How many people have asked you that?
I've got a couple. I got 2 already.
2?
Yeah, just curious. Just want to make sure everything's all right.
A lady? 2 ladies?
Just some people.
This guy's not going to knock out the people that knocked on
knock out Tina.
Everything all right?
I'm doing great, yeah, man.
Okay.
I'm almost done.
All right.
Thanks, dude.
Okay.
So anyway, so Jake's...
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, he's making sure.
He just wanted to make sure he wasn't nuts, I think, like a crazy person.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Which I get.
But then... But
it's so funny that woman was like, yeah, 100%, I'll get him for you, and then went and tattled on you.
Yeah, well, Zelly in the parking lot. Where's the manager?
Yeah.
But guys, this is maybe the miracle of all miracles, and this is where we wrap it up. Jake attempting to buy eggs after they have put in these strict sanctions on eggs here.
Excuse me. They only let you buy a dozen eggs, and they cut me off and try to get an extra dozen. If I give you money, could you get me a dozen eggs?
Sure.
Yeah, give me that cuz. That's what I'm talking about. What's your name?
So this guy...
Tina.
It's not Tina.
Axel, I'm Jake.
So this is Axel. Then about 10 minutes later, Jake's still out there hustling for eggs. And listen to this, Allie.
You really funny.
Yeah, I did.
I don't really. Like I said, I was just doing it for
This guy Axel comes out and hands Jake a carton of eggs.
Whoa!
And you wouldn't believe it. I mean, it's a miracle of all miracles. Listen.
Oh, yeah.
Did you buy it for yourself? Or you buy it for me?
It's fine. I listen to KROQ sometimes.
He's a listener.
A listener? Oh, he's cool.
We didn't even know. By the way, can't even just say, listen to KROQ, big fan. Listen to KROQ sometimes. But he knew who Jake was, and he brought him the carton of eggs.
You buy me eggs?
Yeah. You wanted the eggs, right? That's what you wanted?
Yeah. Dude, how much was that?
You want to take these eggs back? You don't want any of these?
Do you need to, proof or something?
I mean, no, I'll take them, but you need any eggs for yourself?
No.
Do you got me a does? What's up, man? Thank you, brother.
All right, we've got the does cuz thing now
Axel,
like 3 or 4 times.
Right. Jake should have written new
you
material.
get that does, cuz?
Yeah, he's going to say it a dozen times, that joke.
Axel, I'll give you a shout out.
Cool,
Listen to the Klein Alley show at all?
I do, yeah.
Klein Alley show tomorrow morning.
All right, sure.
Thanks, Axel. Appreciate you, brother.
There you go, Axel. Good man. And we got the dozen right here in the studio.
Jake
Look at
brought
that.
proof. Here it is on the live stream if you want to see some perfectly uncracked eggs.
Yeah. Go look at that does,
He picked a good carton, too, because some people are bad at picking the cartons.
Great carton. This guy, in fact, the next 12 callers to KROQ will give you 1 egg each. That seems like a nice place to start, right?
And Vanessa and Johnny will hand deliver them to each and every one of you.
We're going to have to put these in the envelope. The next 12 people to call KROQ will each get an egg right now at 800-520-1067. This is the hardest thing to get your hands on these days. Look at those beautiful white eggs, Trader Joe's. Man, you can probably resell those right now on eBay. Make triple your money. We'll make that happen. We'll take a quick break. We're back in a second. Valentine's Day is almost here. The worst jokes in the history of the world are inside of Valentine's Day cards. So we'll do some V-Day joke redo after this quick break on KROQ.
I think everybody here knows what it means to join the Mile High Club, right?
Oh my God! It's the KROQ Mile High Club. Get lucky and see your favorite KROQ bands in places all over the world. Destination 4. Climb the CN Tower. Take in a hockey game. Go out in the boot and eat all the poutine you can handle. Because it's okay. Free healthcare.
When KROQ sends you to see us, Mumford & Sons in Toronto, Canada.
Not your phone, but mine. And I will wait for you.
Listen to 9, noon, 3, and 6.
Qualify all week and instantly score tickets to our show at the Palladium.
Pre-sale starts 10 a.m. tomorrow with Ticketmaster. Sign up at agora.gentlemenoftheroad.com.
Rush me a restless heart to the end.
You'll get the chance to see him again in Toronto, Canada.
Good people, been down so long.
It's the KROQ Mile High Club, Destination 4. Keep listening to win. Good luck.
Courtesy of Live Nation.
The world famous KROQ.
From Monster Tour Water. Straight up water, nothing else. Visit monstertourwater.com to find a store near you.
Something I'm sure I'll regret later. But here
Get
you go.
on with it.
For your entertainment, I guess, why not, right?
Let's do it.
It was a Friday a few weeks ago, middle of January, where I got a call just after the show was ending from my wife that said, do you have my car? And I said, I do not have your car. And she said, well, then it was stolen. And I said, that's impossible. And lo and behold, the car was stolen. Had to go to LAPD. Clearly, it is not a priority because cars get stolen all the time. We heard from quite a few of you that have shared many stories of cars getting stolen, some getting found, some never getting found. And we got to a point where earlier this week, they officially deemed her car a total loss. And through insurance and everything else, we were able to basically, she got her new car over the weekend. So I thought it would be the perfect time to have Jake call her as a police officer. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea.
It's great. It's a great idea.
And so Jake decided to call and say, I know he didn't say he knew she had a new car. I knew that, but that they found her other car, and it was in this was her biggest fear, is that she would get her car back in drivable condition, but it would be so disgusting that she would never be able to
drive it again,
even though she would have to drive it again. So rather than be the supportive husband that I try to be on a regular basis, I decided, let's try to do something that could be fun for the show. And already I regret this, so take a listen. This happened yesterday after the show, and I have not stopped hearing about it since.
Hello?
Hello, is this the Danielle Klein?
Who's this?
This is Officer Medina with the LAPD North Hills Division.
Hi, yes, this is her.
Hi, great. I'm calling to inform you that we have found your Land Rover attempting to cross. Yeah, it was attempting to cross the border yesterday.
No way.
Yeah.
I literally just went through insurance and I just got my new car.
Oh, that's great.
What does that mean, though? I mean...
well, the good news is it's not a total loss. There are some scratches to the driver's side door. You're going to have to get a couple new tires and wheels. But you will have to come down to a San Diego tow yard and pick it up.
Wow. Okay, this is... so now I don't understand. What do we do?
Oh, well,
Because
yeah, you'll have to come down and pick it up.
And then, do you happen to know if, like, any of the stuff that was in it was left in there? Probably not, right?
Well, there's probably... I'm sure these are not your items, because it appears as if the thieves were using the car as some sort of mobile drug lab. We found
those are not.
Yeah, we found
it would be kids stuff. So
I'm sorry.
It would be kids stuff in there.
Oh yeah, we found an abundance of paraphernalia normally associated with labs and shoot-up sites, so you might want to hire a professional biohazard team to get rid of all that residue and needles, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you mind if I add my husband into this call?
Sure, yeah.
Sorry, because I'm not. Hold on 1 second. Kevin?
Hi.
You're on with the sheriff or...
I'm Officer Medina with the LAPD North Hills Division.
What? Yes, I know.
Yeah, we found your car attempting to cross the border into Mexico yesterday.
Being used for drug paraphernalia.
Well, it appears as if they're using it as a mobile drug lab. Right now, there's an abundance of paraphernalia in the car. It also appears as if they used the vehicle to transport livestock. There's a leftover droppings and feed and a smell that might not be able to get removed in the car. But we did recover a car seat that has also been soiled, and a brown coat was found in the car.
Oh my God!
Or any of those items yours?
I mean the car seat, and if it's a brown coat, yes.
Oh, great. Yeah, those are still there for you. But the car is in a tow yard in San Diego, and you might want to pick it up as soon as you can, because each day it's a $125 fee that will accumulate.
Kevin, I don't understand this.
Can you go?
What? Me?
Well, I don't know
San Diego?
It's in San Diego?
Is this something that we can talk to insurance? I mean, I don't want a car back either that had drugs in it with kids and drop-ins.
The problem is that they found the car. It's now we have to...
I don't think so with insurance.
Officer, is there certain amount of days where you have to find it where it's not considered a total loss?
Yes, if we find it within 90 days, it's still your responsibility. So I believe I have it here as January 17th. Is that the day?
I don't know. I don't even know.
This is insane. I've never... So nobody's going to drive around a car with droppings and drug...
Well, you'll be surprised what some of these addicts will do to a car and what they can live with. It is insane. But.
Yeah, I'm not driving around with kids. Like, that's considered... We got to get insurance on the phone.
They've gone in the car, too, though, before the kids, so...
What?
Well,
what are you talking about, Kevin? He's talking about the new... What are you talking about? He's talking about my old car. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was telling your wife that you're going to have to get a professional to clean for the biohazard and the smell, animal droppings, etc.
Then I'm going to call and see if we can give back the new car because...
No, listen, I'm not driving on a car that had drugs all over it and droppings. That's insane. We need to get on the phone with
but we can't have two cars. We're going to have to pay for both cars now.
I think we need to get in touch with insurance, Kevin, right? Because you can't do anything from
Well, I feel like the first step should be trying to recover your car as soon as possible. Like I said, each day it incurs a fine.
So how much do we owe you to this point?
Well, right now, it's the first day will be... Oh, it's not even to me. It's to the tow yard. It'll be $125 per day.
Hold on. Listen.
All right.
We need to get Shim and insurance on the phone, okay?
Hold on. Does anyone on this call's husband work in radio?
What?
I have a wife.
Is it possible this whole thing is a prank?
Kevin?
Mr. Klein.
I love you, baby. It's a prank.
Oh, my God. I hate you. Kevin. No, not okay.
Now you know you don't have to pick up a car in San Diego. She hung up. All right.
It's just Jake sitting by himself.
Oh, man. I'm just alone in a room now.
It took me a second to realize she hung up.
I don't know how many billions of dollars will be spent this week on Valentine's Day cards, but you do feel obligated, even just walking through a CVS or a Target or recovering from getting run over by a car in a Target parking lot. The cards are in your face. And they don't just put them in the card aisle now. They put them all over the place just to really remind you by the register, a little stand. Sometimes you're just even in the snack aisle, and they got a bunch of the whole Valentine's Day pop-up. They want you to buy those cards.
They're really in your face.
I really hate it. I'm very anti-cards in general because I do feel that most people buy them because they feel pressured into buying them.
I did. I bought one yesterday, and I was like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, and now they've come up with so many categories. Not enough anymore to just say, hey, here's one card for my girlfriend or wife. It's like, then there's one from the dog, and then there's one...
You have to have one from every family member, and I also saw different, to the teacher.
Yeah, it's out of control.
And I was like, what? Why are we doing that still?
I thought for a while it was pretty clear. Like when you become an adult, I know when you're a kid, everyone's got to hand them out to everyone in their class. That's a different thing. But when you're an adult, it's like the Valentine is for the person you're banging. You don't need this whole concept. I saw a whole, it was Valentine's cards for mom. I'm like, what? I'm not trying to bang my mom.
Yeah, I know.
What is this about?
And my mom will send me Valentine's Day cards.
Right.
I'm like, what are we doing?
Well, maybe she want to bang you? She's trying to get in on that.
If I'm lucky.
Go. So we've got all these Valentine's Day cards here. And as you know, some of the worst jokes. I look at people reading the cards. I see people looking at them, chuckling, and then actually being like, that's the one I'm getting.
I'm getting the envelope.
And then I got to run over and see what was so funny. And I open it up, I go, what is going on here?
Yeah.
How bad have the standards gotten with jokes, and especially inside of greeting cards?
Well, and sometimes now I'm choosing cards to gift people that are intentionally terrible because I'm like, oh, okay, this is so bad that it's become funny.
So I've got the outsides of cards. Let's go ahead and try to take a guess at what's on the inside based on the outside of the card, and then maybe we can come up with a better version of it. So the first one here, Allie, is a card that has two lobsters that have they're clearly, it's a man lobster and a lady lobster. I can tell this because the lady lobster has eyelashes. That's the way you can tell.
All right.
So this is not a card for you gays.
Sometimes in my world, that's the man lobster.
Oh, well, maybe that's the man lobster. Maybe it's two men lobsters. I don't know anymore. Maybe that's what the card says on the inside. Who's the man? And there's a bunch of hearts. They clearly like each other because they're connecting claws. And
they're holding claw hands.
They're holding claw hands.
And there's little hearts.
And there's little heart bubbles popping up. So that's all you get on the outside. So the question is, when you open up that card, what do you believe the inside of that card says?
Love your snatch.
Oh, love your snatch. It's a great. God, I hope it does say that. That's a funny card right there. I would buy that card.
It says love your snatch.
Love your snatch.
Happy V-Day.
Yeah. I'd like to see someone read that in the aisle of CVS and be like, that's the card.
And be like,
that's the card for my daughter.
I think actually it's going to be like, I snatched a good one. I do think it's a snatch.
You think snatch is the pun?
Yeah.
Jake, you got a guess?
Well, it's definitely not snatch. If it's going to be anything, it'd be catch. Like, you're a nice catch. But it's going to be something like, you're my lobster because of the French joke. But I think it's going to be like, nice to find another bottom feeder.
Oh my God, that's
Jesus.
so disgusting.
Why would it say that?
Because they live on the bottom of the ocean.
I'd eat your poop just like I eat everyone else's poop.
Man. Omar, you got a guess here?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to say something like, when I'm around you, I would never get claustrophobic.
Claw joke.
There you go.
Claw. What about shell?
Okay, well, you're getting there. I've got the inside now. So someone looks at this card, says, this is the card for me. No one's exactly right. I thought it was going to be potentially a crabs joke. Like, just at least it's not crabs.
For lobster?
Yeah, like you open it up, like, no
Shellfish.
crabs. No crabs, something like that. But the joke on the inside is...
I happen to be a great environment for crabs.
That's it.
Happy V-Day.
That's the joke. Call me shellfish.
Oh, damn.
But I only want to be with you.
How did we miss that?
Happy Valentine's
Day. And what person receives that and goes, oh, so sweet.
Sea lovers.
Vanessa would love all these cards.
Terrible joke. All these should get the Vanessa terrible joke. I mean, it is the lowest level of comedy.
You're
if you
so
want to call
shellfish.
it that. I am being shellfish right now. You're right, I am being. All right, moving on. We go to the next one. Now, this one has a bunch of ice cream scoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ice cream scoops on top of a cone. And they all have faces on them. I'm showing the YouTube. If you want to watch on YouTube, you can actually see what these cards look like. So you've got 5 ice cream scoops on top of a cone. The ice cream scoops all have faces on them. It is a strawberry on top of a vanilla on top of a chocolate, and it says "Valentine, you're so cool" on the front on the front of the card. But then that's only part of the joke. There's usually more joke on the inside. So the question is, in this Valentine's Day card joke redo, Jake, we'll start with you this time. You open up the card. And what does it say? What's the great payoff, the punchline inside that card?
I want to give you an extra scoop of love. I don't know.
Does it say I don't know at the end of it?
Does it trail off into an oblivion?
Jake is a romantic, as we know.
Clearly is. It's fine.
Call me every day. I don't have anything to say.
So you think the inside of the card says, I want to give you an extra scoop of love? I don't know.
Something like that.
All right, great. Wow, you are a wordsmith. Allie?
I think it's you're my perfect flavor. Like my flavor of love kind of thing.
See, I thought this was a group sex thing because there's so many scoops of ice cream. But they don't really have a lot of cards that...
Valentine, you're so cool. Let's have group sex.
Yeah, that's what I thought it would have said. I mean, that at least makes sense. Omar, what's your guess here on this one?
Valentine, you're so cool that I want to lick your cones.
Okay.
Oh,
at least that's flirty. Here's what it says, and this is where I'm convinced now that even the Valentine's Day greeting card people have truly given up. And I don't think they say...
this is going to be a stupid melting thing, right?
Well, you melt my heart. There's at least there I would have said some effort was put into it. But I think they're at a point now where when they approve these cards, I mean, they're printing out millions of these things. So at some point, someone's going, yep, let's go ahead and print that one.
Uh-huh.
I don't think they're saying no to anything. Here's what it says.
I think they're just like, add it to the shelf. See who buys it.
Valentine's, you're so cool. You open up the card. There should be an ice cream flavor named after you.
What?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Not even my flavor of love thing?
No, 0.
What?
Yeah, it's just unbelievable.
That's so confusing. I'd be like, well, what's the flavor called?
Right.
Like, there should be a flavor named after me? Allie flavor? That makes no effing sense.
Cookies and regret.
Yeah.
We move on to this next one. And this is 2 avocados. Apparently, avocados are all the rage these days. I don't know if this is a California
thing. I saw a few
thing.
avocado ones,
A lot of avocado cards. This, I will say, is inside the card is the worst joke. At least they made an attempt at a joke, but it is truly the worst joke in the history of greeting card redo, by far.
Really?
And it's 2 avocados, and they're holding hands, and they're one of them has a pit, and the other one has no pit. And they're 2 halves of avocados, excuse me. And it says, you're my perfect half, and then I love you. But inside the card is the worst joke you'll ever see. What is the joke?
Love. Being with you is the piss.
Being with you is the pits. All right.
Truly, I think it's going to be a guac my world thing.
You guac my world?
Yeah.
This joke is so much worse.
Really?
Yeah. Omar, it's 2 avocados holding hands. I saw someone buying this card. So someone, a real human, saw this, read it, and goes, that's the one I'm giving.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like the guacamole or the avocado holding the guitar and saying, you guac.
You guac inside, okay? Jake the Nerd. I mean, I would at the very least hope that it would make like you got a sweet hoss, like an ass joke or something.
Oh, I like that.
But
it's only good for a day or two.
Right. We both go, but this relationship's gone bad, just like us by now.
Yeah.
Jake, what's your guess?
I want to guacamole down with you, or something like that. I don't know.
What was that?
I think Jake should
I want to guacamole down with you, or
I
something.
actually think Jake could have a really good career writing these terrible cards.
If he just takes out the I don't know, he's got something.
This is truly the worst inside of the card I've ever seen, because when you open it up, it says, let's avocado.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that, like, insulting?
Yes, because there are so many avocado and guacamole puns. That doesn't even make...
Guacamole down with you. It's pretty close.
No. I mean, that's bad, too. Yes.
I think Jake's is better.
Somehow Jake's terrible punchline is even better.
818 said, I think AI is making these cards now.
No way. AI would have to do better. These are humans. These are very unfunny humans. I wish it was AI. There's someone to blame. Allie, come over here. I want to avocado with you.
Okay.
Lola Young on KROQ.
You know I'm in pain.
Klein Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 FM. The world famous KROQ.
You want to go to Paley Fest? We got some tickets for you to check out the Severance panel at Paley Fest. Get to be around all them TV bigwigs. Usually get some bonus time with the cast of the show. If you'd like to join us for that, the number's 800-520-1067. Looking for you, caller 20 right now on KROQ. K-Rock, we are Klein Alley Show. Coming up next hour, we're going to meet a very single Mariah who is looking to date someone, even someone who listens to this show. She said that would be a bonus because she knows that if you listen to the show, you got good taste in music, good taste in content, etc. As a result, you already have an in with Mariah. You can see what she looks like. I think we've put her picture up, at least a tease of a picture up on our socials at Klein Alley Show. And she will be our single person for Single Person Spotlight. And apparently, we did meet her in person in Vegas on one of our trips, and we all said that she may be our best-looking listener to date.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we do have some very nice-looking listeners, but there was, I think, a mutual love of Mariah from both men and women and everybody who we were partying with.
Anyway, give you the opportunity to hear a little bit more about her. She's single, but she is definitely looking, and she will be our single person spotlight coming up next hour. You'll want to be listening if you want to figure out how to contact and potentially date Mariah. Hey, Sky in Linwood on K-Rock. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
You are caller 20. Are you a fan of Severance?
Yeah, sure.
All right. You'll be going to the... it sounds like you've never seen
That's
the
the
show.
passion that audience knows.
Paley Fest, March 21st. You're going to go there, and it's always cool when Paley Fest gives us stuff to give out so you can get inside the inner workings of all of your favorite shows, or in Sky's particular case, a show that she just heard of for the very first time. Hold on, Sky. All right, great. It's good. It's good screening. We got to take a break. Believe it or not.
Yeah, definitely.
When we get back. I don't
What
know
a tease.
I don't know if we'll have time for the Klein tapes today.
Oh, come on!
Of course we do.
We got single person spotlight to get to.
We have plenty of
Son of a
room.
bitch.
We can make room.
It's not a lot of audio, I promise. Not this time around because Johnny screwed it up.
They went through a bunch of my old tapes from that box I found in my garage when I was moving. And even though we've heard some of the Klein tapes in the past, Omar said there's a whole new batch.
Well, we've heard from Kevin Michaels, the Night Rider, Effin' Kevin, who is my personal fave. But now we're going to dive into the TV personality known as Kevin KKK.
No, it was definitely not known as that. Definitely not.
So it seems a little problematic, but
right.
Hey, it's not problematic anymore, apparently.
We'll get into that next hour on the show. Quick break, back with your news and more to give you next.
Klein Alley Show. KROQ. K-Rock.
Need inspiration?
Allie and I are always battling out to try to be good people. Believe it or not, if you're new to the show, you may hear some of the terrible things we talk about and think, wow, these are not good people. But our goal, really, I believe, is to be good people. And we think the best thing a person can do is save the life of another person. I tried to save a dog's life. I tried to save...
That was a statue.
I tried to save a man that was dead in a van or was dying in a van.
There was nobody in the van. It was a shoe.
Regardless, we've all made efforts to save people's lives. And Allie claims she came up to me.
I don't try to be a good person, though. It just happened to me. I stepped in.
She comes up to me right when I walk into the bar on Friday at Snow Summit. And she's like, hey, not to brag, but I just saved some lady's life. And I go, first of all, that is exactly why you did that, to brag. That's why you did it.
You would say it to me, and I would say it to you.
Okay.
Just updating.
You were so proud of yourself the way you... Why don't you tell your story? Because I think once you get to the thing you told me, at first I said, good job, you saved her life. Then all of a sudden there's a twist and you realize you didn't save her life at all.
No twist. No, there was a couple there, and I had been there probably 10, 15 minutes. I'd just gotten my drink. I just set down my whiskey shot and my beer, and I turn around, and this woman is appearing to throw up, but it's not throw up. It's like spit and stuff.
She saw you.
And I was like, I'm here. And I'm like,
monster.
Damn, it's like 1:15. I can't believe
Yeah.
We've gotten to this point already where someone's throwing up in the lodge.
The problem with being at a bar during the day. When you're being at a bar during the day,
especially in high altitude, it can hit you.
Sure.
So I see that she's throwing up, and I'm going, just another person throwing up, and I'm proceeding to take my shot. Then I see that she's stumbling around, and the guy that she's with he's got his arms around her waist and is trying to, I thought, hold her up. But then later, he's kind of like doing a motion that seems a little bit more like the Heimlich maneuver. So then I do a double take, and I go, is she choking? And he looks at me and goes, yeah, she's choking. And I was like, oh, dude, I can't believe I've just been watching this happen for the last 10 seconds. I've done nothing. So I take my hand and I give her a big-ass slap on the back. I mean, loud, reverberating across the bar. And she cleared her throat and said, all right, I'm good.
Wait, hold on. Woman is throwing up. You think throwing up. Then you realize it's a guy doing a Heimlich on her. What is the length of time between when you witness what you think is a woman throwing up to you realize now you have a situation where there's someone that...
Probably 10 seconds.
In 10 seconds.
This was, about 10 to 15 seconds.
And you say, is that lady choking?
Well, yeah, after I figured that I was like, why are his arms still around her?
Right.
Like just sit her down if she's throwing up or take her outside.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't. So then I noticed that I think he's actually doing a maneuver on her. And then I was like, well, she's choking. I don't know how to do the Heimlich and he's already doing it. So I'm just going to do the back thwap. If you get a good back thwap, it can really send...
Why are you saying it like that?
Because that's what it is. It's a thwap.
A what?
It's a thwap on the back. It's not a slap. It's a thwap.
Are you trying to do funny stuff?
No.
Are you doing Vanessa's voices? What is going on here?
Was Elmer Fudd there?
What are you saying?
It's a thwap.
Are you joking right now?
No, there's a thing called a thwap. It's like a difference. It's not a slap. It's a thwap.
What's the difference?
Thwap. It's more of a hearty, not
sounds a lot gayer when you say it.
I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just trying to give her a nice whap, thwap.
I'm pretty sure that could be worse.
No,
you can lodge it deeper.
It got the thing out, and I said, "What were you choking on?" And she said, "Chicken nuggets." And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm glad that I got it out." And then
glad I slapped you. Is that what you said?
And then she left. No. And then she said, don't worry, this happens to me all the time.
Okay, so here we go. So Allie thinks for one moment, wow, I went up and I...
thwapped.
Hit this woman's back and dislodged a chicken nugget from her throat that was going to kill her. So she starts taking all this glory as I'm a hero. Then the woman turns to Allie and says, don't worry, it happens all the time. So, first of all... that woman needs to rethink her. I don't know.
That could have been the last time. I think she's prone to choking for some reason.
I think she needs to chew.
Perhaps, Allie, she wasn't choking at all. She's like, maybe she eats her food like a snake or something, and that's how she takes it down.
No. He was and then I found out later that was not her partner, that was her brother. But he said that it does he confirmed that it happens a lot. And 714 said, I was there. I saw Allie do that.
No
and then
way.
I went, yes. And
Get
then
714 on the phone. I don't believe.
Call 714. You were there. You saw me do it. I see a witness.
Was it heroic what Allie did, or was it not? And if the woman says that happens all the time, then she's going around giving a lot of people false hero confidence that everyone's going, I saved this woman's life. And maybe she's just a woman that's got a small esophagus and can't handle it.
She was a human and not a statue.
Yeah, well...
I saved an actual human being.
But
you tried to save a fake dog.
Yeah, but Allie, once again, it sounds like if you didn't do it, she would have gotten it out anyway because she does it all the time.
No, but you don't know that.
You don't know that.
She stepped in without the thwap. She could have been dead because whatever her brother was doing was not working.
It was not
clearly.
working.
Well, clearly whatever her brother's doing.
The thwap saved her life.
It's a thwap.
You need to give thwap training.
I'm twained in thwap.
Everyone is saying it differently, and I don't like any of it.
909 said for choking adults, you never hit them on the back. You can cause whatever they're choking on to go further into their trachea.
That's what I thought. Like, I don't remember much from any of the CPR classes I took, but I definitely remember not to do the...
A thwap is an onomatopoeia that refers to a loud, heavy impact or the sound it makes. For example, you might describe the sound of water hitting a ship's side as a thwap.
Okay, great. Regardless... I think a lot of people, and if any of these witnesses, I don't know if any of these people on the phone were witnesses. Hold on, we got a witness on the phone. Hey, hello, Laura?
Yes.
Yeah, you witnessed this, or you were the person who choked on the nugget?
I saw everything, even before it happened.
Okay. From your side, tell us what happened, please, and don't use that dumb word in the process. Go ahead.
So I was looking over in her direction because there was something there, and I asked my boyfriend.
What is that thing over there?
I asked my boyfriend to look for something, and then she went to go get water from the self-serve. She drank the water, and then I saw her spat the water, and I was like, "Dude, she's so drunk. Did you see her spit the water out?" And then that's when she got the I thought it was her boyfriend, but you said her brother. and then he just did the Heimlich maneuver on her, and the water projectiled out.
Yeah.
And then that's when Allie came, slapped her on the back, which we're not supposed to do, but she slapped her on the back.
Okay, yeah.
We're not supposed to do that. But she slapped her on the back, and then that's when I said, "Oh no, she shouldn't do that." And I was going to get up to go help because I'm a nurse, so I was like, "Oh, I might need to help."
I said, "Out of my way, I'm flapping."
but then she already projectile whatever she did out. But Allie did do something great. She went to go get Fiji water. And gave it to her.
I did. I went and got her water. I forgot about that.
No way Allie paid for the Fiji.
She did slap her back after she already projectile whatever was in
after.
the water. And
so hold on. Allie slapped the... Hold on. Allie beat up a woman that just survived the choking incident? You're saying...
really hard. Too.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Wait. Hold on. The nurse that was the witness, you're saying the woman already, you believe from your medical experience as a nurse, had already cleared the airwaves, and then afterwards, Allie went up and hit her. Allie went up and hit her in the back.
Yes.
Okay, no.
Projectile all that water out.
Okay. Hero, Allie.
Yeah,
real
the
hero.
water out, but not the chicken nugget.
Guys, I think I'm more of a hero for almost saving that dog statue now that I hear the story.
Stop it.
So Allie beat up a woman.
Did you hear the part about the water? I brought her water.
You brought her the one thing she needs.
Bought her Fiji water.
Okay.
Bought her Fiji water.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Laura, thank you for calling to confirm. Great to see you at our event. All right.
909, maybe she scams people like on that movie Choke, and Allie just intervened and screwed up her scheme.
Unbelievable.
909 said that was my sister. She was choking. I can confirm.
That the person's just messing with you. There's no way.
No, this was the person.
If that's true, we got to take a break. We're going to be back in a second. We got lots going on this hour on the show.
72114. I was there too, and I saw Allie smack the S out of that woman.
Okay, great. Allie beat up a woman. Amber? Yes, hi, Amber. Go ahead. Quickly. Hold on. We may have the choker on the phone. Put her on hold, guys. I can't take her. Hey, Amber?
Yes.
You were the one who choked.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, you okay?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. You need any more Fiji water?
Do you think Allie saved your life? Be honest. Be honest.
Yeah. I mean, she noticed and it helped.
Hold on.
Don't choke again.
Are you choking right now? What's going on?
No.
Thank you for that. Let's get into your news now. Then we kick off a brand new hour of the show, complete with a single-person spotlight. Perhaps we dig into the Klein tapes. It will be the most embarrassing part of my hour. And I will say, as I attempted to apologize to my wife for the prank call yesterday about her...
Stop talking. Your voice is killing me.
Thank you. That is so true.
Whoa, I missed that.
It was Omar playing clips of me from the Klein tapes.
Can I hear it?
I don't want to hear it.
Love that tool.
Love that tool.
That's a good one.
Classic. Yeah. I was attempting to apologize to my wife for embarrassing her with the prank call about her stolen car, and it really backfired on me, and now I've done officially the dumbest thing ever. So we'll get to all that next hour. But first...
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
So I hate to talk about this stuff because we like to be a bit of an escape for people when things feel difficult, but a few things have happened, a lot of changes, and looking at them all together is, I would say, sobering, to say the least. Google has gotten rid of many holidays from their calendar in 2025. They will no longer acknowledge Black History Month. They will no longer, so all Black, LGBTQ+, and Women's History holidays have been eliminated. So, like I said, no Black History Month, no Pride Month, no Women's History Month.
We're in Black History Month right now.
And Black businesses see a lot more business during the month of February because people do look at their calendars and go, oh, it's Black History Month. And then companies and different initiatives happen as a result of the awareness around those weeks and months. So to have them eliminated really does make underrepresented groups feel even more underrepresented.
Now, can I ask you, what are they saying that they're doing this for? Because they're not just going to...
They said it's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable? What are they talking about?
I mean, literally, isn't it just typing something into a calendar? how is that not sustainable?
Oh my God!
But this is
crazy.
But Ali, this is just in the Google Calendar, it will no longer say that, right?
Yes, but also that it really does determine a lot.
It does?
Yes, people look at that stuff all the time, and they're integrated into your business, into your workplace. Then a lot of companies will follow suit of, oh, Google's getting rid of it, so now we can get rid of our stuff. I mean, it really does trickle down. And then, you add in the fact that obviously the ICE raids and protests, and then the fact that Kanye West is able to put out a fully anti-Semitic Super Bowl commercial and out there for millions of people. It's just a time where if you are different or feel different, you don't feel very supported right now. And these groups make up pretty much all of our show.
Yeah, we are a hodgepodge of
I mean, it kind of covers everybody, right?
Underachievers is the word I was going to use. Underachievers.
Google's also going to get rid of all the colors of their letters.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, they don't want the gays thinking Google's some sort of a gay thing. I get it. Yeah, I don't know. I do think we have too many holidays, but those wouldn't be the ones I would eliminate. I would talk about Grandparents' Day and
but this is why these were put in, is just because of visibility, right? And because of awareness, so that people know, hey, let's not forget about these people. And I understand that as a gay, I understand Pride Month it got really over the top with every company trying to do something and every parade happening at every single time. And then it went beyond Pride Month. I mean, it was exhausting. There's a lot of things that are happening in October, weirdly, and that's not even Pride Month. So I get it. I get that people are like, all right, let's calm down with the pride.
Well, here's the problem. I think it became like the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law, right? In the sense that businesses, I think, were doing a lot of things to appear that they were on board with whatever the initiative was, even if they weren't. And then it became this pressure situation to go, well, what are you guys doing for insert whatever here? And you go, we're not doing anything. I mean, it's on the calendar, but I don't think we have to start taking stuff off the calendar. I never had a problem with it being.
And I will say, if any companies are rolling back on that stuff now, you can't go back from that. Like, you can't wish-wash, you know what I mean? If people were at Pride or doing something afloat, whatever, and then now you're taking it all away and going, okay, now we're going to get rid of the calendar, we're going to get rid of this and that, you can't go back now. That's it.
But this company did it, because if you remember after the Floyd protests and everything that happened.
George Floyd, of course.
This company got real serious about Juneteenth. There's a holiday.
Yes, this company is guilty of
allowed to come in. And then the next year, we're like, hey, Juneteenth is still a holiday? Like, what?
They're like, yeah, but it's on a Wednesday, so no, you still have to come in. Yeah, but then say there was another thing that happened that then began the whole conversation over again, Black Lives Matter, all that, and it became in the zeitgeist, in the media again, the company would probably go right back to let's take the day off. That's what I mean, is that it's really just the pressure that they're getting from groupthink and from the media and from the government. And that's how they're acting. It's not real values.
Right.
But I will say Costco is standing firm on their stuff. They're like, no, we're not rolling back our DEI policies. We're going to do what we want to do. And it's hard to do that as a company, to be like, no, I'm not going to listen to you.
It is it's definitely uncertain times right now. I know Vanessa's all upset. She spends a lot of time. She's been crying a lot lately. Vanessa, you've been crying more than normal lately, right?
Well, yeah, last week I was crying a lot looking at social media.
Yeah. Wow, Jake.
But I'm trying
Jake's not rolling back at all. Jake's staying with his pussy chant. Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, go ahead, Vanessa.
I was just saying, seeing the ICE raids or families being set apart or thinking like an accident is going to be an issue, just like feeling sort of like, what am I doing? But even though I have nothing to worry about because I have a passport,
no, but you
I'm
feel insecure and you feel unsafe. You feel less accepted and less safe than you did, a year ago.
Yeah, but just like in general, like every group just feels a little bit like, is it okay that I'm here? Right. Like, if I go somewhere, like, do I feel safe in this place?
Right. Can we check her passport, by the way?
Yeah, her passport's definitely not right.
No, I'm carrying my passport and don't have no problem.
I know, Vanessa's carrying her passport now. All right, the nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2025 are here. And Tom Morello's mission to get Iron Maiden in the Hall of Fame continues. That will push on to next year. They are not on the list. But Oasis is again, and again, they don't care. The Black Crowes are listed. Mariah Carey nominated. Billy Idol, Cyndi Lauper, Oasis, Outkast. Fish is a first-time nominee. Hey. Soundgarden and the White Stripes, who have both been nominated before but never been officially inducted. And then finally, will we be wiped out by a giant asteroid? There is apparently one headed towards Earth very slowly. I think this would hit us in the 2030s.
Yeah, this is, in my opinion, a very big story. I don't know why it's not getting more coverage. It's very rare that they take the percentage an asteroid is going to hit us and raise it significantly.
Yeah, so NASA put in an emergency call saying it is now a 1 in 46 chance, which is way more than it used to be. But, I was kind of thinking that our resident nerd probably knows more about this than we do.
I do, yeah.
So
we'll have to get into that next hour because we're running way behind. But if Jake has something nerdy about the asteroid,
I'm sure he could do a deep dive that will make us not care about one of the biggest stories out there.
Deep impact.
We will get into that in just a moment as we kick off a brand new hour of the show right now.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous K-Rock.
All right. Just after 8 o'clock on a wet Wednesday. Rain, I think, continuing through most of the day. Supposedly snowing in parts of Southern California. If you're seeing snow right now, I'd love to hear from you. 800-520-1067. We are Klein Alley Show. In less than an hour, we get you on a standby boarding list so you can go see some actual snow in Toronto, Canada, and also see Mumford & Sons, plus give you tickets to see them at their just-announced show at the Palladium right here in Hollywood, California. If you need us, here's some numbers. You'll need them throughout the entire show today to interact with us on the text line or by calling to win stuff. 800-520-1067. Maybe you've never called before. Maybe you figured, who's actually calling these guys? Oh, there's people that call, and they win. That could be you. You can also leave messages on the GOAT line. That number is 844-956-GOAT. This hour on the show, going to meet a very single woman by the name of Mariah who is looking for love before Valentine's Day. It will potentially be you. You're going to want to hear from Mariah. She'll be joining us for some single person spotlight. Omar's got a big bag of tapes that were discovered in my garage. Different
my tapes are live.
Yeah, different shows, different. It's a hodgepodge of weirdness for sure.
Thank you. And Omar says he can't wait to embarrass me very publicly. The return of the Klein tapes later this hour on the show as well.
You do a pretty good Marv Albert impression in one of the clips I have.
Who the hell is that?
I don't even know what. He's a basketball announcer.
Yeah,
but
you didn't know that guy?
He got in trouble for. I think he was doing something with a prostitute or something. I forget what the story was.
Oh.
But there was he was one
I
of the.
They found out he was a cross-dresser back then.
Yeah, he liked to dress up like a lady. Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah, he was wearing women's underwear or something.
Timely to talk about this now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we'll bring that
Take it
back.
off the calendar.
So we will get to that in just a moment. But as Ali pointed out, there's a giant asteroid that's apparently coming to kill us all. And the things you need to know about that will be explained to you by a nerd who actually understands this stuff. Something nerdy with Jake the Nerd is next. K-Rock, we are a Klein Alley show. Get to something nerdy with Jake the Nerd in a moment. How worried should we be about the fact that there's a giant asteroid heading in our general direction, and they've just decided that the odds went from it being like 1 in a million that it hits us to 1 in 46. Seems like that is a shift in the wrong direction.
When you're like, oh, maybe I'll win the lotto, there's always a chance. You don't want to say that about an asteroid.
1 in 46 feels very doable. Like,
yes.
I've entered many raffles with 1 in 46 odds, and you feel like you've already won.
Yeah, and they also, I think, said, and we'll have to get this from Jake the Nerd, but I think they said that it's too late to, like, change it.
Can't change it, can't blow it up, can't do the stuff where you send Bruce Willis up there with a drill. Any of the things we've seen in movies won't work. And also, I believe they've referred to this asteroid as a, quote, city killer, which is a dangerous nickname. But what do we need to know, and should we be concerned? There's only one guy in the show that actually knows about it because he is a bona fide nerd.
He's got ulcer colitis.
Ulcerative,
He's Jake the Nerd. He's got uncontrollable turns. So spread the word. He's got a dog in his backpack. His name's Kippy. Here is Jake the Nerd with something nerdy.
Okay. Bad news. The likelihood of an asteroid slamming into Earth in 2032 has more than doubled. It's not 1 in a million. It's actually gone from 1% to 2.3%. That's the same percent of people who are interested in hearing about my comic book collection. The asteroid dubbed 2024 YR4 has a super dumb name. You would think the nerds at NASA would know you always name it something scary, then followed by a number. Like Jake Date 2025.
Ooh,
see,
scary.
that's scary. That's how you get people's attention. YR4 just sounds like the background droid in a Star Wars movie, something that Jawa sold for spare parts on the far side of Tatooine. But how scared should you be? Well, the asteroid is about the size of the Leaning Tower of Pisa or the GR-75 medium rebel transport, which you can buy in Lego form.
Oh, my God.
And if it hits Earth, will cause about as much destruction as the Great Tunguska event of 1908, which leveled about some 80 million trees in Siberia. Anyways, fingers crossed we don't die of virgins in 2032.
You know what's interesting about this, Allie?
Nothing.
Nothing.
What are you talking about? You can buy it in Lego form.
I thought I knew a little bit about this, but then I was hoping to really learn more. But Jake
I was too.
He's making so many references that I don't even know about that I'm now more confused than I was before we
You
got
don't know
into this.
Jawas.
Now I understand why they're like, it's this many Empire State Buildings.
Right.
It's the equivalent of Texas. Like,
Or
just
the
something very...
GR-75 medium rebel transport.
Please, Lord.
Don't be such a nerd, bro.
Put this asteroid directly into Jake's nerd hole right now and let it land on him to end this segment,
All
please.
right, wonderful.
He's got ulcer colitis.
Ulcerative,
He's
dude.
Jake the Nerd.
Were you done, Jake?
Yeah, I'm done.
So
Why don't you shut up, Jake?
He's got a dog in his backpack. His name's Kippy. Here is Jake the Nerd with something nerdy.
Thank you.
The chance of us doing this segment again are less than 1%.
Yeah, definitely
2.3%.
less than 1 in 46 that we ever do that again on K-Rock. It's really remarkable when people leave messages like this praising Jake.
Hey, just wanted to say how freaking hilarious Jake is. Like, this is a Jake appreciation message, man. Like,
He's left us before he heard this most recent segment, by the way.
that dude, he's not there on screen with YouTube, but every now and then you guys are talking about stuff and he just chimes in with his scuffed ass potato microphone. Just, I want to hear some stupid ass news, or it's fine. Just love it. Love Jake. Keep it up, man.
I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how that's possible.
323, I don't know what the hell Jake just said, but I feel like the world is ending.
Yeah, based on that. Well, anyway, this asteroid is heading our way, but you have a few years, so you still got to pay a credit card bill, but I think only for another couple of years, because 2030, and we don't know.
2032.
I would have even loved to have known where it was going to hit. I didn't even get that.
They don't know that yet.
All right, Jesus
God
Christ.
damn.
Got to take a break.
It's the asteroid can't come soon enough.
I know. I've never wanted an asteroid to hit more than just during that segment. We got Prison Charlie's on the phone. I think he's been paroled.
What? He's out?
Hold on. We don't have time to get into this now, Prison Charlie, but are you calling us from behind bars, or are you a free man?
I'm still incarcerated.
Oh, you're still... All right, hold on.
I can hear that jail echo.
Yeah, you got that jail echo. Still incarcerated. Got to take a break, though. We'll figure out what's going on with Prison Charlie. We got a single lady who will be joining us in just a few moments. Her name is Mariah. You want to see what she looks like? Go to our socials, Klein Alley Show, and then be ready to learn all about Mariah so you can potentially date her before Valentine's Day. That and more next.
I think everybody here knows what it means to join the Mile High Club, right?
Oh my God.
It's the KROQ Mile High Club. Get lucky and see your favorite KROQ bands in places all over the world. Destination 4. Climb the CN Tower. Take in a hockey game. Go woot in a boot and eat all the poutine you can handle. Because it's okay. Free healthcare.
When KROQ sends you to see us, Mumford & Sons in Toronto, Canada.
It's not your phone, but mine. And I will wait for you.
Listen to 9, 3, and 6.
Qualify all week and instantly score tickets to our show at the Palladium.
Pre-sale starts 10 a.m. tomorrow at Ticketmaster. Sign up at agora.gentlemenoftheroad.com.
Rush me a restless heart to the end.
You'll get the chance to see him again in Toronto, Canada.
Good people, been down so long.
It's the KROQ Mile High Club, Destination 4. Keep listening to win. Good luck.
Courtesy of Live Nation.
The world famous KROQ.
From Monster Tour Water. Straight up water, nothing else. Visit monstertourwater.com to find a store near you.
KROQ Klein Alley Show. Postmaster Johnny's entered the KROQ studios now. You're going to get inside of his brain in just a moment. Chance for you to win some tickets and bragging rights. And, of course, Johnny Doesn't Know has become a bit of a staple around these parts. Although people are very upset about Johnny Doesn't Know. I don't want to... let's not waste time with the
naysayers.
I mean, there's a ton of messages here about Johnny, and I don't want to...
This message is for Douchemaster Johnny.
Douchemaster Johnny. I don't like these names, Johnny. I don't know why people are upset about things.
Well, let's play them anyways.
Let's. You're right, Johnny.
Let's play them, though.
Good point, Johnny.
Go ahead.
Let's play them anyway.
Yeah. Calling out men for rolling their backpack.
This guy's mad that you don't like...
okay. He's a roller, then.
This guy rolls his backpack. He's a man who rolls his backpack, and Johnny says he's got a problem with any man that rolls their backpack.
Telling the grown-up to be a man. How about stop watching SpongeBob? Stop quoting SpongeBob. Stop learning stuff from SpongeBob.
Yep.
Why don't you grow up and be a man, Johnny?
See, this guy's very upset. You really struck a nerve with that guy.
He hit me hard right there.
I love that you're like, all right, that's enough. I will not take this...
attack.
Bashing of backpack rollers. What a cause to be passionate about.
Well, Johnny did claim in his last round of Johnny Thoughts that there's something about a man that rolls a backpack that makes him really question if that's even a man at all. This is what he said.
Is it an ick to anybody else to ever see a man just rolling a backpack anywhere? Like, pick it up, bro. Like, wear it on your back or, like, over your shoulder. You gotta roll it everywhere.
You fired up that guy. All right, so we got questions this week about cars because Johnny dealt with some car trouble, and as we found out, he doesn't know an awful lot about cars, car culture, or how cars work. So all you got to do is predict, will Johnny know or not know the answers to these questions in this round of Johnny Doesn't Know.
Johnny doesn't know.
I don't even know that.
Oh, Johnny doesn't know.
I wasn't even a sperm in my father's whatever.
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
Johnny Cochran.
That's OJ's real name?
Johnny doesn't know.
You thought the J in OJ stands for Johnny?
Wasn't it like Orpheus Johnny or like...
Orpheus Johnny, you got it. Orlando, you're off to a good start.
Whatever that dude's name was, R.I.P.
All right, Johnny.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're more knowledgeable about cars now that you went through it? I mean, I saw you were in a tow truck. You got to ride with the tow truck driver. You got to talk about cars. You've been in the shop, in and out of the shop a few times. Do you feel like you know more now than you did a week ago?
Oh, definitely not. There's so much to know about cars.
All right, let's add a Crystal. We'll start with the baddies, make our way up and down these phone lines. And this is Johnny Doesn't Know Cars. You ready, Crystal?
Yeah, I'm ready, Sweet David.
All right, well, Sweet David, will Johnny know what type of car is associated with James Bond? Will Johnny know what type of car is associated with the great James Bond? I'm going to say 0 chance, but it doesn't matter what we think. What do you think?
I don't think so either.
Allie, I think he's got a shot at this? Even a shot?
I just don't see Johnny as a James Bond fanatic.
Right.
I don't know that he's seen any James Bond movies, so for that reason, I would say no.
It's pretty well known, though, right? One specific brand of car that is always associated with James Bond.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny, she doesn't think he'll know. I don't think he'll know. Every once in a while, though, you learn this from some weird Family Guy episode where it was brought up. So
no, I can't watch Family Guy. I wasn't allowed to watch that when I was a kid.
Well, you're grown up now.
Yeah, but it's kind of whatever.
You still can't watch it? You're 26.
I couldn't watch it, but now it's like instilled in me, like, hey, I better not watch that Family Guy clip. Like, I can't watch that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
Are there all of your childhood rules still in place? Or
no, just that one. Just that
all
one.
Right. So, Johnny, which car is best associated with the great James Bond?
Well, check it out. I love James Bond. Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan. Those are my boys. Love the.
So you've seen the James Bond movie?
Yes, I love Bond. I know he drives a silver car, and it's a coupe, and it's like the one all the spies have. I don't know the brand of the car,
Were you about to say gender of the car?
I was going to say the genre of the car. I don't know what genre the car is, but
if you had to take a guess, though, I mean, it is a make, right? There is a make of car. It's silver, and so you think all the spies drive that car. But what brand?
I'm thinking British cars. I don't know many British cars, but I know Aston Martin. That's the only one I know.
Say that again.
Aston Martin.
Like Ashton Kutcher, but Ashton Martin?
Ashton Martin is the name of the car.
Okay.
Ashton Martin.
You know what? He kind of got there. Crystal.
Yes?
It's Aston Martin, but okay, you were close, and he got there. I'm going to give I'm going to give Johnny the point on that one.
I'm surprised. Right. Really surprised.
I'm shocked you got there. Ashton Martin.
Blimey, mate.
All right, we go to the next. I'm sorry,
Blimey, mate.
Nice mate. Let's say hi to Jason and give Jason a shot at this edition of Johnny Doesn't Know Cars. Johnny, what is the difference between a V6 and a V8? Will Johnny know that, yes or no?
Definitely not.
All right.
He's going to say the two numbers?
With a definitely not. Do you know the difference?
He's going to say they're two numbers?
I don't even know if we'll get that far. But,
two numbers apart.
Johnny,
he's not wrong.
What is the difference between a V6 and a V8? Jason says you will not know.
V6 has 6 cylinders, 8 cylinders. V8 has 8 cylinders, mostly found in big, huge trucks or like really big, heavy like cars. Like you ever heard like the guy like actually I can't say that, but you know what?
The new V8 engine.
No, it was kind of like when people do street takeovers and they're kind of like no quema, and it's like V6 or V8.
Right.
I might be speaking a foreign language, you guys. I don't know if you guys understand
it.
No, I get what
Johnny,
you mean.
Johnny, once again. You got it right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, there we go. See?
Well, I know
car stuff.
I don't know the second part of what you said, but the first part.
Yeah, that might have to take a while to explain, but yeah.
Let's go to Marco in Huntington Beach for Johnny Doesn't Know. He's on a bit of a streak right now. Hey, Marco.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
Will Johnny know which country gives us brands like BMW and Mercedes? Will Johnny know what country those hail from? Yes or no?
BMW and Mercedes. I am going to say yes.
All right, with confidence. Marco says you will know that. Johnny, what country brings us car brands like BMW and Mercedes? He looks dumbfounded right now.
Well, this is just my normal face. Aren't those British cars too?
I mean, a country, specific country.
Those are British cars. BMW.
Do you know what country British is?
Oh, England, New England.
New England.
But also too, those are British cars.
Hold on, excuse me. Hold on.
Klein just did a double
think you're
take.
dumbfounded.
Hold on. You said so many things there. You went British, and then you jumped to England, and now you're saying New England?
Yes, New England car. English. Excuse me. English cars.
Just hear Marco in the background going, oh
boy.
Oh, boy. He said yes. So you're going to go with New England?
Let's go. Yeah, what is New England? Go ahead.
What is New England?
British cars. Yes.
What is New England?
New England is...
Let me just start by saying that New England is in America.
What country or what part of the state is that?
What part of the state?
Where does it say New England out of the 50 states?
When
is New England
when the
too?
people from the regular England came over to America, they created New England.
So it's on the East Coast, because it's definitely not a West Coast
That's
thing.
right. You got that.
Well, like which state?
But more importantly, and let's get back to the question that matters. These cars are from Germany.
How are you alive?
We have a bigger question here.
Yeah. Which college did you go to again?
Shout out Santa Monica College. Now enrolling till December 13th.
Let's say hi to, I'm sorry, Marco, you went with Johnny, and he really messed you up good there. And all of us. Let's say hi to
Wait,
Rick.
where did the car come from? What brand are those
They're
cars?
German cars.
Oh, German.
I said that.
Did you really? Wow.
Yes.
Jeez.
Are they regular German cars or new German cars?
That's a great question.
God.
Yeah.
Josh, I'm sorry. Thank you for putting up with us here at KROQ this morning.
No one's gotten theirs right yet.
Johnny Doesn't Know Cars. You ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, this could be like a one and done. Johnny, do you know the name of the first car that was mass produced? This is a well-known bit of information. First car that
Another
was produced
history question.
on an assembly line. This is something that if you don't know a lot about cars, but I feel like everyone knows this car. Josh, will he know this, yes or no?
I'm going to go with a yes.
He says you will know this. It is a well-known fact about cars.
You see, I thought you would have asked me questions about the movie Cars, the Disney Pixar movie Cars. That's
Do you think Johnny Doesn't Know Cars was about the Pixar movies?
Yes, like I thought you were going to ask, like, what car is Sally from Cars? She is a blue Porsche.
All right, well.
With
let's get romantic here at KROQ, and let's introduce everyone to a single person that is looking for love.
Hi, my name is Vance.
Oh.
I love Magic the Gathering tool and
guys until they can't walk straight.
Oh, my God.
I also like nature.
Oh, that's Vance. Vance and Jake went on a date.
I love you, Vance.
He's so spiritual.
They went to a place called A Island. It was Jake and actual AI bots. And he and Vance had a real spark. And we're trying to recreate that spark now with you. Listening to KROQ right now, perhaps single, maybe in a relationship that's not going great, so you're looking for the move out of it. Well, let's introduce you to another single person in this edition of Single Person Spotlight.
Looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right. Everyone you date just seems alright. Looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right. Welcome to the Single Person Spotlight.
This is Mariah. First of all, good morning, Mariah. Hi, welcome back to KROQ. How goes it?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing great. Thank you in advance for agreeing to join us, and thank you for trusting us to potentially help you find love or romance. How single are you currently?
I'm single.
Were you in a relationship when we saw you before?
I went to the single Vegas trip.
But you brought your brother with you, if I remember correctly. Or the guy you claimed was your brother. Was that really your brother?
Yeah, that was my older brother.
And but at that time you were single as well. So you're still single. It's been 6 months now.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're single?
Because you're beautiful. I don't want to focus just on the outside, but that is the most important part. You are beautiful. You know that. I mean, you have no shortage of people that hit on you, I would imagine.
Yeah, when we met you, you're a perfectly nice girl. I mean, it just seems like it's crazy that you'd be single, but why do you think you are?
I'm not sure. Now I feel like I only want to be monogamous if I'm married.
So you are
okay.
you are looking you're looking for something very serious, or you're saying that until it gets to that point of serious, you're open to the concept of being in a relationship while you're you want to be in an open relationship.
I mean, we can talk about it, but it's like I want to grow like my digital black book.
What is that?
So,
I don't know, but I'm interested.
Like your little black book. Like I want to grow my black book so I can, see and pause. I want to get married. I want to get married.
But until
obviously.
then, you want to expand your Rolodex, is what you're saying. You want to make your black book bigger.
Yeah, I want to meet single straight men and see if we're compatible. If you like me, I like you.
But you're saying that right now, because this is important. I don't want anyone wasting anyone's time here. And yes, of course, everyone just wants to get laid this time of year. I could imagine that. But you are open. Your end goal is you do want to get married. That is the end goal. You would like to find someone and settle down with them. In the time being, while you are, quote, dating, you're open to dating lots of people at the same time. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Lots would be nice.
Okay.
I feel like,
all right, that's what I thought.
I feel like we can make this happen.
Yeah, there's, by the way, no one is saying no at this point, so let's get to know you a little bit better. What is your favorite way to be hit on and least favorite way? Is there a certain thing you really don't like at this point? I'm sure you've heard many pickup lines before. You're one of these people that doesn't like being hit on at the gym, or what is something you enjoy, something you do not enjoy?
A little bit too aggressive at first, like texting or calling. Like I do have a life, or I like to think I have a life.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an esthetician.
Ooh, so you have great skin.
Yeah. So I've been home for about a year, and
424 wanted to know, because we talked to somebody yesterday who is a shorter guy. Do you have a height minimum for guys?
No, actually, recently, I've been with 5'5", 5'5", and 6'7". So I'm open to. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Height doesn't matter.
Are you talking about height?
It's your penis size. All penis size.
No, that is no.
Okay.
I don't need.
What is
that doesn't matter.
What types of guys are you not interested in? Do you have a turn off sort of guy that's kind of not your type at all?
Yeah, like hippie guys.
Hippie,
like
Jake's
ayahuasca kind of guy.
Oh, that's Jake. So Jake smells like patchouli. He's got the tie-dye on.
I love patchouli. No, okay. Well, I don't know. But shout out Pauly Shore. Good morning.
All right. Shout out Pauly Shore. Good morning. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Okay.
You've had a lot of first dates. What was the wildest, or do you have a memorable first date that you just say this is maybe where the bar is set right now?
I think the most memorable is sex. It's always been sex on the beach, whether at night or during the day.
Are you real or are you AI?
Shut up, Allie. Let her talk.
This is like, I don't know. I just love sex on the beach.
You've
Right after I meet you.
She didn't say right after she meets him, but if there's a connection, how important is that to you? 1 to 10 scale, sex. Is that a 10 importance? 5, somewhere in the middle? Personality more important?
I mean, when I need it, I hope you're not like holding out.
Got it.
Okay. What about like a show? What kind of shows are you like watching? Name a show you're watching now.
A show I am watching now. Oh my goodness, I'm embarrassed to say this. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, 2nd season.
All right, 2nd season. That's where the show got good. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. If you're in it, maybe someone's listening goes, that's my favorite show too. I'd love to connect. Meanwhile, I feel like a lot of people are going to binge that quickly so they can be all caught up before they try to reach out to Mariah. Here's the way it works. We're going to get to know Mariah a little bit more. If you're interested, you've seen what she looks like, you're getting to know her personality a little bit now. Slide into our DMs, Klein Alley Show. Vanessa will do all of the connecting behind the scenes. She's like a little drugged up Cupid, and she will connect you all, and maybe magic will happen. But Mariah's very open to the idea, and she said, correct me if I'm wrong, you like the concept that someone who's a fan of this show specifically listens to the show, this is their style of humor, already that puts them a few points in their column, right? Because you go, we already would agree on something.
Yes, totally.
Okay, that's
Who
good
on
news.
the show, if you had to bang someone from the show, who would you bang?
Johnny.
Wow.
God damn it.
I mean, he's a little young, but Johnny.
Yeah, okay, we get it, Johnny. Great. Shut up, Johnny. Wait,
I
shut
thought
up, Johnny.
height didn't matter to you.
Yeah, she's
No, it's the age. It's the age.
You like
he's a
him?
little young.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite KROQ band that we play?
It's not that often played, but Deftones.
Oh, Deftones.
Oh, nice.
All right, fair enough. And you're not a drinker. We should point that out. You're sober, sober curious, California sober. Which one?
I just never drank alcohol. I'm not into it.
You
like
just
that.
never cared. What about weed?
Yeah. I'll smoke weed. It's nice.
And it says here, just want to clear this up so people listening know that you're not just looking for some cheap thrills. You're seeking a, quote, best friend who can one day potentially be your husband, but you're also open to the concept of last-minute plans. You like spontaneity. That's big, right?
Yeah, last-minute plans.
Let me read these questions on the text line now from people that are interested. 818, ask her what she's wearing right now.
6562 is okay if I don't wear a condom. So these aren't nice questions.
No, don't answer that question. But the first one is, what are you wearing right now? People do want to know that.
Low-rise jeans and like the crop top.
Okay. Let's
ask the other creepy question.
That's a real question right there.
No, it's not.
818
That's not on here.
Well,
you're just asking that yourself.
Ever think about dating Klein? Someone said.
He's happily married.
That's right.
Absolutely not.
All right, thank you.
But obviously a sense of humor is important to you.
Oh, totally.
And what's the longest relationship you've ever had?
I don't know. I guess long. I want to break up and get back together again.
You like doing that?
I don't like to. It just happens.
Oh, it happens.
Got it.
We've got time for two final questions. Once again, we're talking to listener Mariah. Mariah is single. She is trying to find someone to date. If this person connects with you properly and you would have time in your schedule to potentially go out with them on or before Valentine's Day, which is this Friday?
Yeah, I would love to.
All right. What is your idea of a good first date?
I could say bad, not a bar. Don't take me to a bar.
Right, because you don't drink.
Not a drinker.
You're
right.
more about like shows, experiences, etc.
Yeah, I like the movies, bowling.
Do you have an age limit too old? Do you have like a window you want to be in, or do you feel that you can find some sort of a connection with someone of any age?
I'm 33, so I'm intimidated by younger. So anything older is fine, but anything like under like 28 or 29, I think is a little too young.
323 wants to know, do you like Olive Garden?
Oh, yeah, I love an Olive Garden salad.
Okay, she's not wrong about that.
I really did not think that would be your response.
714, has she ever ordered any T-shirts off of Kanye's site? That's a terrible question.
Oh, heck no.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, Allie, we learned a little bit about Mariah. She is single. She says very single, even though you do have some guys you talk to, I guess, infrequently, right? But there's nothing that's serious that will come out of that.
We have some listeners that live in other states that are already in their cars on their way over
Jesus
here
Christ.
to date Mariah.
What are two hobbies of yours, Mariah, that we should know about?
I like...
I'm sorry, that put me on the spot. I don't know. They can ask me that in person.
Oh, you don't know? You don't have any hobby? Like you're not into anything? Crocheting or hiking?
No, I guess my hobby is self-preservation.
Self-pleasure?
Staying young.
Preservation.
Oh, preservation.
I guess.
Right.
My hobby is my job, I guess, being an esthetician.
Yeah. She works hard. That's probably why. There's a lot of women that work hard. They don't have time or energy to try to get a relationship going.
Oh, yeah, no.
Are you okay with big boys?
Yeah, I mean, we can make it work. I mean,
all right.
We got to talk about it.
All right, that's Mariah. You can see what she looks like. If you're interested, slide in the DMs. Vanessa said she's already getting inundated right now with people.
Yay, thank you guys.
We will connect you. Thanks for good luck finding love. And if it ends up working out and you end up with this person forever, you have this show to thank.
Thanks.
All
Bye,
right,
guys.
That's Mariah, single person spotlight. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. In exactly 2 minutes and 15 seconds, Omar will embarrass the hell out of me by unearthing some old tapes from 10, 15, even 20 years ago, which he'll share with you next. 12 minutes. Hold on, let me do some math. Is that right? Right at 9 o'clock this morning, we will get you on a standby boarding list so that you can travel to Toronto and see Mumford & Sons.
I'm glad you got rid of the math idea.
My math is
12 minutes. No, that's not right.
It's coming up very soon, though, so be ready. Just keep listening and be ready to call, get you on the standby list, get you some tickets to see Mumford & Sons here at the Palladium and, again, potentially in Toronto, Canada. All right, Omar, have at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not...
Let's start with some of the many names that you have gone over in your career. I mean, obviously you are Kevin Klein, but you had inspiration for every single nickname that you have had and a reasoning behind it.
No, I didn't. First of all, when I brought in this box of tapes that I found in my garage, I didn't know what was in them. I just knew it was a bunch of stuff from different places I'd worked over the many years.
You just knew your wife didn't want it in the room.
I just knew she said, this is trash, and I said, well, it may be trash, but for someone this will be treasure, and who knew the person who would find it to be treasure would be Omar, who just loves finding it.
Yeah, and kudos to you because, man, did you have a lot of gigs, and some of these are very impressive because I know at one point there was a lot of people trying to get into MTV, VH1, and you were able to do it, so kudos to you, yeah, and I just want to take a time and kind of reflect upon, your previous names. How did you come about Kevin Michaels?
Real music variety is in the mix. The best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today, Mix 95.1.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Point one.
Clearly, you hear that voice and you think to yourself, that sounds like a Kevin Michaels. And that was with a Z. That was with a Z, by the way, I should point out.
It was?
Oh, it was?
Yeah, Michaels with a Z.
But the rest of it was spelled normally, Michael?
I don't remember, but probably. I don't know.
And then, what's the history behind F and Kevin?
Bring me a hoe too, and your tickets are yours.
You're the S starter, F and Kevin.
F and Kevin was a dumb idea, definitely.
Well, are you saying Kevin Michaels wasn't a dumb idea?
No, they were equally dumb ideas. But I think the thought was, how do we let people know that this guy's got
edgy,
edge?
yeah.
So let's call him that. And
like someone would be mad at you and be like, oh, it was effing Kevin, that guy.
But to be fair, none of these were my ideas, for the record.
Yeah,
they were all pitched by some idiot who has a job to try to, brand. And every time
these all sound like something you would come up with.
Totally.
The Knight Rider, I think, was my idea.
This Thursday night, it's the Women's Oil Wrestling Federation.
I'm always torn between the Knight Rider and F and Kevin. I don't know which one's my favorite.
I know.
They're all variations of the same exact person.
But now we're going to dive into your television career.
Great.
I don't know how long of a stint this was.
Short.
But you went as Kevin K. And how did Kevin K come about?
Also, I should point out it was Kevin K with an exclamation point.
No way!
Oh, really?
And a Z.
I love that's so the way you are.
There's no
it's
Z.
not. I'm going to look at it and there's not enough. What am I going to add? I'm going to switch it to a Z. I'm going to add an exclamation point.
More?
And an upside down one at the beginning.
So I used an oopalang or whatever that thing is called.
Okay, so this leads me to my first clip, and I don't know what this is, but I want you to explain after I play the clip what kind of show this is.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Snap, where your films get played coast to coast on Link TV.
Cool.
Okay.
Everything mentioned in there is out of business. Every single thing.
On Link TV.
The show, the channel.
What the hell is that?
I don't even remember. I think that
Really?
I think that may have been the first. Listen to how much hope I have in my voice.
Absolutely.
I think that was the first ever TV anything that I had ever done, and it was for a network that they claimed was going to be the next big thing, and I think it was canceled 6 months later.
And did they bring you on to be the funny guy? Because all you do in this TV, are you serious? Because all you try to do is crack jokes through the entire thing.
Really?
This is you talking to your co-host who's a lady, and this is the comedy stylings of Kevin K.
I know, I've always thought about being you.
What?
I can't find heels in my size, though.
Oh, no.
I hate this. Omar, can we...
This woman is also gone.
How much?
Terrible joke.
Thank you, Vanessa. How much can we pay to make this go away?
What was her reaction?
I think you heard it.
So this is what is so frustrating with Johnny. I get this hodgepodge of different audio from different shows, so I don't have anything in its entirety. These are all just highlights that I got.
I see.
So I don't know exactly what this is exactly.
That's all that was on the DVD.
All right, listen, guys.
Okay.
We don't need to listen to any more of this. I
no,
give
let's
up.
keep going.
So,
What's
Johnny,
next?
there is video of this?
Yes, sir. A lot of video.
We got to post
We got to post it because you have to see Klein's spiky hair and frosted tips.
We're not.
It was really 2004,
we're not posting it. We're not posting it. No permission given. No, none granted.
Post it up, Postmaster.
Yeah, we don't need your permission. Thank you.
Here he is on that show, getting the name of the show wrong, and I mean, I don't even know what this expression is here.
I didn't understand at all. I thought he was saying he wanted to have sex with a fish.
Oh, wait, that's another clip. Sorry.
Thanks,
That's another. I meant to delete that terrible one.
Guys, everyone has a box. I don't know. Everyone has a box in their garage of memories. Here's my advice to you: burn the box now before your coworkers get it. I know you think you want to keep your memories because later you'll be like, "Oh, look, I used to be young and cool." Burn them.
I used to be young and lame.
Yeah, burn the box. This was the biggest mistake I could ever make getting that stupid box.
Okay, what else besides fish sex, Omar?
This is where he gets the name of the show wrong, and he does this weird expression thing.
Hey, and welcome back to Snap. Now, that last piece was not...
It's Snap is It's Snap with a P, and he called it Snat.
Snat.
Hey, and welcome back to Snap. Now, that last piece was not just really hood. It was really, really good.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Really, dude?
It was not.
You're on Jake's level here, man.
It was not just really hood. It was really good.
Can I just defend myself? This was
not just really hood. It was really, really good.
All right.
She's laughing, so...
That was... guys, this has to have been 15, 20, maybe 20 years. This could have been 20 years ago. So you can't hold that against me.
Kevin K.
Jake made his joke
Kevin
yesterday.
K. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Kevin K.
I don't like the Klein tapes. I don't like them.
All right, here is you. I guess you used to be on VH1 Radio. Is that true?
Yes. That also doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, this is you cutting a promo for you live at spring break or something, and I don't know how much cocaine or all the cocaine you're on, but check this out. But this is Kevin K.
Thank you. You've just researched my resume for the last half an hour. I appreciate it. We're going to be at festivals all summer long. VH1 Radio's taking it to the road, I tell you. We've got a school bus. We are hitting the road all summer long, and we're going to be at festivals, so stop by, say hi. You know what I mean?
Wow, your voice is so high.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Kevin K.
In oil.
That was live from Lollapalooza,
really?
And I was probably drunk and high then.
That's so cute.
All right.
So
VH1 was notorious.
Also, I want to point out the clip Omar played was an edited version of what was I thought a 25-minute conversation, and that's the best they could get out of it. It was me.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
really?
Kevin Michael should have a bunch of Z's on it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jake. It's a real snooze fest. These aren't good. By the way, these aren't.
Were you on cocaine when you added the exclamation point?
Yes. Probably.
Now it all makes sense. VH1 notoriously, for people who don't know, always put on these behind the music kind of shows or the top 20 of this, and they always got these talking heads, these quote unquote experts to comment on whatever was happening in the world. And this particular clip, they're talking about a sports commentary guy named Marv Albert, who I guess got busted with a prostitute while he was dressed as a woman. Is that right, Klein?
Yeah, somebody said that on the text line that he bit a prostitute.
I think he bit a prostitute. He accused of biting a prostitute while dressed like the prostitute. But we don't have time.
No, let's hear the impression and then we got to go.
Here's Kevin K. on that.
He gets arrested. It turns out two things become public. He wears a toupee, and he likes dressing up in women's panties. It's nice to see that he wore the toupee in the mugshot. The question is, was he wearing the panties?
All right.
The all too memorable mugshot made a comeback in sports TV.
All right, great.
Yes.
That's you doing his impression.
Oh, that's your impression of him.
Marv
Albert.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Everyone says old Klein sounds like modern day Vanessa.
All of your impressions are 1 to 2 words only.
Is that Is that cocaine with a K? Someone said. All right, these are some of the Klein tapes. I'm incredibly embarrassed.
Send more, Johnny, please.
There's no more. That box is getting out of here today. We got to take a break. More show to get to after this.
Yes.
It's the longest possible time before we have new NFL games. you believe it? June's almost over. Pride Month goes away forever, and then Allie can go back to dating guys. Oh, isn't that a great thing?
It was all a phase.
Let's be honest time. It's our final round of Let's Be Honest, the month of Pride, which means any questions you have for Allie, a real, living, breathing lesbian. We get questions from straight men. A lot of straight men have questions for lesbians. We've studied you our entire lives. You've been in our browsing history since the creation of the internet.
You mean like _1 dope Mexican on Instagram who asked me, do you ever crave the D?
Great question. Listen, I wonder that all the time. I think maybe once in a while, it's like I've got certain types of food I like, and every once in a while I'm like, I have a weird craving for Indian food. No, I don't say that.
Once in a while.
It's time for Let's Be Honest. Hit it.
Let's be honest. Let's put our lesbian to the test. She's the very best. Ooh, ooh. Let's be honest. You got a question she'll address. Come on, shake your breasts. Lesbians!
All right, 800-520-1067. You call, you text, and you can be a part of Let's Be Honest for the last time. If you don't get your questions answered today, you may have to hold on to those questions for an entire another year. Let's say hi to Uriel.
Hey, sorry guys, I had you on speaker. Good morning, Sweet
That's all right. Good morning, Sweet Dibs. Question for a real-life lesbian. Go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot the question.
Oh my God!
Your question.
This guy's the best.
Well, it confirms that I will never go back.
Allie this is why she's into women. Guys like you.
I forgot.
Uriel, it's your big moment to shine now. Let's go.
Yeah, do lesbians celebrate Father's Day?
Oh,
great question.
Lesbians celebrate Father's Day.
It is something that we've talked about because Mother's Day is a double whammy for both of us, and I wish that both of us could just sit back and have breakfast made for us, but then no one would make breakfast.
Or clean it up.
Or clean it up, exactly.
Right.
So I pitched to Katie, why don't one of us celebrate Mother's Day and the other person celebrate Father's Day? And she said that I would be the one to celebrate Father's Day, which I agree, I would play that role. But the problem is that everybody else around us will still send me Mother's Day cards. I would have to make some kind of a statement to our family going, hey everybody.
Include her.
Include me in Father's Day. Do not send me a Mother's Day card. And I think even just the greeting cards alone, I would love to make the switch because the Mother's Day cards are so annoying and so like, you deserve to relax with a nice glass of wine. If you age, I wish that I had stupid fishing puns and stuff. I wish I had that goldfish in the hammock as a card for me because I think the Father's Day cards are at least a little more entertaining.
George, you're on with Allie. She's a lesbian, and she's answering questions. Honestly, this is Let's Be Honest. What's up?
Allie, boobs or butt?
Another great question.
Boobs or butt?
I think a lot of people would assume that because I'm a lesbian, I would choose the boobs. But
I've looked at you. I've watched you check out women, and you look at the butt. You're a butt girl.
I am a 100% a butt girl.
Yeah.
I will look at a butt. I will look at a good butt regardless, but I think that women's butts are some of the most beautiful things that God ever created.
They are.
And I think that, their boobs are great. There's a lot of functions and stuff like that. I'm not really big on my boobs.
No, none of us are.
Yeah, so it's just not really that much of a point of interest. It's not like a make or break for me in terms of body. If I'm this person has a great boobs. Like Sydney Sweeney, she's got great boobs, I get it, but it wouldn't be a deciding factor for me. If she had tiny boobs or weird lopsided boobs or giant areolas, but still a great butt, just as good to me.
I noticed you didn't say mind in any of this. You could have answered that a lot of different ways. That wasn't the question. Well, you could have.
It wasn't boobs or mind.
No, obviously, but you could have taken a nice moment there to let everyone know that what really counts is the boobs.
But that wouldn't be lesbian and honest.
Omar, what say you? I know you're not a lesbian, but you would obviously weigh in on this as well. Boobs, butt. Which one to you is more significant?
Oh, let's see. For me, boobs all the way. Yeah, I love them.
Sweet knockers.
Hell yeah.
Of course. That's why he likes cooking with Claudia.
No one has said mind, by the way.
No one said, Omar could have said mind, bro. Let me see if Jake's going to throw mind in there. Jake, boobs or butt?
Mine.
Okay.
Jake probably does say that. That's right.
That's why he's not getting laid.
Let's say hi to Sue on KROQ. It's Let's Be Honest time. Any question you have, Allie will answer them honestly, no matter how difficult the questions may be. And I don't know if we'll get to... Hey, Sue, hold on one second. I don't know if you saw this one on the text line, Allie, but someone did ask, 951, when scissoring, do you ever get that suction cup effect? which I think is a valuable question.
It's funny. I also got an Instagram message about scissoring saying, if you guys are both freshly shaved, do you get razor burn?
Great. These are all good questions.
Which is true, but the suction cup effect I have never experienced.
Sue, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Good morning, Sweet Dibbit.
Sweet Dibbit.
So what is your question for Allie?
Do you like Chapel Roan?
I love Chapel Roan. I actually just discovered her. It was like the weekend after Coachella and then I realized that she had played and that I didn't see her. I was so pissed. But she is amazing because she dresses like a drag queen, has this whole drag effect, super fun music, but then she's also queer and she writes songs about having sex with women, which is the best. I think the best of both worlds. But everybody who suggested her to me is straight.
Eddie.
Yes. Yep.
Eddie, you're on KROQ. Let's be honest time. What do you got?
Sweet knockers, guys.
Sweet knockers.
How do you eat your bananas? You break it up?
I've seen how this is a great question. And
you can tell between the guy-girl questions.
Yeah, they're very different.
Do you like this cool new artist versus how do you eat a banana?
Allie will throw the banana out and just lick the peel. I've watched her do this many times.
Actually, motorboat the peel.
Yeah, that's her way of eating the banana. Eddie wants to know: do you ever eat full banana or do you break it into pieces first?
You know how I eat a banana.
You slap it on your face? No. How do you eat a banana?
I slap it on my face.
Is that a real question? How do you eat a banana?
No, I eat it, break it up into tiny little pieces.
Ivan on KROQ. Let's be honest. What's up?
So, do you find it offensive if somebody says, "Hey, what's up, bro?" or "Hey, what's up, man?" You know?
No, and weirdly, I like it. Johnny comes in every morning and says, "What's up, fellers?"
Yeah, Johnny does give us the
"What's
fellas.
up?" I don't know. I just want to be one of the boys.
We up, guys. He throws that in there a lot, and Allie's just like, all right, nice.
I've never been one of those people who's like, let's get rid of the term guys. You know, how everyone says guys to guys and girls or everybody, and I think it's great.
Andrew, final question we have time for in this edition of Let's Be Honest. Make it a good one.
As a straight male, my question is, who pays for dinner when you guys go out?
This is a great question. This is really the question. And El Cheapo, I don't know if Allie's going to answer this as a lesbian or as El Cheapo.
It's so tough. You know what you do when you can't decide?
Let's talk about like a first date.
Break a glass and sprinkle it on top of your meal, and then no one has
pays,
to pay.
Right? There's shattered glass on the meal. That's an El Cheapo answer, though. But when you were first dating a woman, you were on a first date with a brand new woman. That must be a weird thing, right? The bill comes to the table. The both of you just look at it and go, what is this?
We just slide it back and forth over
just
and
keep
over
sliding
again.
it?
Sliding it.
Until someone's wrist hurts?
I can't remember back then. I think I was so broke back then that I could never pay for anything. So if anyone was willing to pay, I would let them. But now, since I'm the man in the relationship, Klein, and there has to be roles.
Got to be roles.
I'm actually the only person who remembers to bring payment. So
Smart.
I'm the one who pays.
Kevin,
take me out! Hey, Franz Ferdinand and I go way back, apparently.
Wow.
There you have it. Enough of that. A lot of people...
No, not enough. One more. One more.
We don't have time.
I want to play your famous sign-off.
We do not have time.
Play the
All right, we don't have time. I won't play it.
Kevin.
I'm OTFD. Peace. Pop yourself in the gunter. Peace.
A lot of noises.
What does that mean?
I don't remember.
Peace.
OTFD, peace.
What's
peace.
OTFD?
I'm OTFD. Peace. Pop yourself in the gunter. Peace.
It is a lot of Sam.
All of the repeats of peas are really what get me.
I don't remember that at all.
What does that mean?
707, I am crying in the corner of my office now. Everyone is looking at me. I'm laughing so hard. 661, loving Kevin K gets all butthurt.
Kevin K!
All right, well, thank you. These are just some of the Klein tapes that Omar has gotten his hands on, and we should stop that from happening immediately.
Are you going to say what the acronym means?
I believe I thought that was a cool way of saying I'm out the effing door. And I realized in retrospect that was
wasn't
not
like a fire department, huh?
that was not cool.
Were you wearing a leather coat, a black leather coat? That's how I see you back in the day.
No, I don't think so. I don't think any of those things happened. But I would like to believe
I'm sure they did.
I would like to believe I've evolved. More importantly, we will hopefully make you forget about all of this while we give you tickets to see Mumford & Sons. We'll do that as soon as Allie's
Those
done
tickets going to OTFD!
We're going to give you...
Peace.
I should have just said I'm SLOW. Peace. Here's Allie with your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, so Kendrick Lamar's halftime show may be the most watched halftime show in history now at 133 million viewers. That's how many people now think that Drake is a pedophile. But let's not forget about the most watched dog show this year, the Westminster Dog Show. And we finally have a 2025 winner. And who is it?
For Best in Show, I choose the Giant Schnauzer.
Klein, congrats.
Thank you.
As the man with a giant schnauzer, what do you have to say about this year's winner?
Finally, it's about time. They got its glory. I'm so sick of I feel like every year it's always a Frenchie that wins this thing.
Well, they did talk about how this dog in particular had won Best in Group 3 years in a row.
Never won Best in Show.
Three-peat, but had never won Best in Show, and this was his final year. He's retiring.
Finally wins Best in Show. Money the Magnificent, your 2025 Best in Show, the Giant Schnauzer. You joked about a three-peat, but nothing like winning it all.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And
that announcer sounds like...
This Thursday night, it's the Women's Oil Wrestling
I would do that job. I'd love to call the dog show. That's a great
say
gig.
The owner, whose name, there's two owners, one of whom is named Sandy Nordstrom.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not the whitest name you've ever heard? Says Monty is bold, cocky, and fun, but he's really just a cool dog.
Well, bet you her dog didn't get 7 million views humping a pillow
I
like
think
mine did.
those were your career goals.
Those were my goals growing up.
All right, what if you got a day off for sex? According to new data, it would not only boost productivity in the workplace, it would help with the population decline. New research has found that most employees who have taken a sex day off from work experience a boost in their productivity upon returning to work. And also, with other countries like Japan who have a declining population, they were considering going to a 4-day work week just to give people more time to have sex and make babies. So if you were going to take not a personal day, but a sex day, is that something you would support?
Yeah, I've been pushing this idea for the Urge for a while. 1 day a year where all relationships are null and void.
Well, that's cheating.
No, it's not cheating. Not on the Urge, not on the day of the Urge. Just like it's not murder on the day of the
Time off
purge.
to have sex with potentially your partner.
Yeah, that's cool too. But it's got to be called it's not as cool as the Urge, but it's
I'm
fine.
sure your wife is so happy to hear
have you pitched the Urge to your wife?
I have not pitched her the concept of the Urge.
Please pitch that and record it.
Didn't you just finally get things
Well,
settled again
no,
with
we're
your
not.
wife?
No, I screwed it up yesterday. I did the dumbest thing I've ever done last night, and she's not happy with me. And this is following up on the prank call about the stolen car, which we'll share with you next hour.
Well, that sex story is a perfect transition to my final story about spoiled tuna. Several brands of canned tuna that have been sold at Trader Joe's, Costco, and other places have all been recalled because of possible contamination with the cans. And I guess there's something wrong with the cans that can cause the tuna to have botulism. So there goes your doomsday stash. But Jake, any interest in going back to Trader Joe's to collect people's old tuna?
Oh, yeah, I can't wait for the manager to come talk to me again.
I'm not here for eggs today. I'm here for old tuna. I eat it. We get into a brand new hour of the show, and the first thing we do is get you on a standby boarding list to travel to Toronto for some Mumford & Sons, and that is for caller 20 right now at 800-520-1067. Let's go.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning. It's Wet Wednesday, and as you know, we say things around here like instead of that stupid stay dry out there, we just say keep it wet. And we also say, drive through it, you can do it. I know they tell you, turn around, don't drown. But we've changed all the slogans to make them way more fun on a rainy day in Southern California.
Now we're OTFD, baby.
We are OTFD. Peace. We got lots happening this hour on the show. We kick things off by getting you into K-Rock's Mile High Club. You need a sex day? What better way to experience that than in the Mile High Club? K-Rock, destination number 4, puts you in Toronto, Canada with Mumford & Sons and tickets to see their just-announced mini show before their massive tour that will be happening at the Hollywood Palladium. So we get you into that show. Caller 20, I'll pick you up in just a moment. This hour, lots of stuff to get into here. Allie had an altercation with the police yesterday, and it involved a crime, and it involved something humiliating, I'm sure, and we will break it all down in its entirety. The fact she's here today is shocking if you think about all she went through yesterday. So
I should be in a hospital right now.
Probably should be. So we'll get into that later this hour. And, of course, we are here for anything you need from us on the text line, on the GOAT line, and live on the phones at 800-520-1067. 19 disappointed people lead us all to this person who is caller 20. You'll have a chance to win right now. Then again at noon, 3 and 6, all day and all week here at K-Rock before we give away that trip next week. And I say hi to someone listening to the show in, let's see, is this Roman?
Yes. Oh, what the heck? You actually answered.
Roman?
That's me. What?
You are caller 20.
Holy, okay.
Keep it together.
Thank you so much.
Keep it together. Here's what you got coming your way. A couple of tickets to go see Mumford & Sons at the Hollywood Palladium. And I'm going to write your name down on a standby list, and potentially we call you back next week and tell you you're packing your bags for Toronto to see him again, all right?
That is so awesome. Thank you guys. You're the best.
Hey, thank you for starting your day right here with us on K-Rock, Roman. It does mean the world.
Thank you guys.
I'm OTFD.
Peace.
Peace. I did the dumbest thing of my life.
No, you.
Say OTFD?
No, that was the second dumbest. And I regret it terribly, and I'll tell you exactly what it is after this one from Jimmy World. K-Rock, Klein Alley Show. 800-520-1067. Those are the numbers if you'd like to interact with the show on the text line or call, whatever's on your mind. We're here for you. Appreciate all you new listeners, people checking out the show for the very first time, and those of you that are helping us to hashtag grow the show, spreading it to your friends and family, coworkers, relatives, etc. I shouldn't even admit this publicly because today I already feel like I have been getting just ridiculed from all sides. But last night, in an effort to try to make things better at home, I made things far worse. And I did what I believe is now the new dumbest thing I've ever done.
Is Klein a dummy?
Thank you. Beautiful song. It's that time of year where if you have children and they go to school, and they have to start putting Valentines together for every single person in their class. And I don't know if you're aware of this, at least in
public. I thought they stopped doing that.
No, it's funny. They do it, but they make it unfun because you can't write anyone's... Everyone has to get one.
Can't be creepy, yeah, I know.
You can't, you cannot choose who gets them. You have to give one to everyone, and you can't write their names on them. You just have to write either a friend or classmate. Those are your options. That's it. That's all you can do. No names, no nicknames, no you get one, you don't get one.
Can you opt out and not do them at all? Or you have to do them because everyone's doing them?
I think you have to do them. I feel like you have to do them.
It's forced love.
Forced love. And so, yeah, and that is the thing at home with like my 6-year-old. It's like, I don't want to give so-and-so a Valentine.
Right.
Like, you have to do it. It's an arranged marriage. Sorry, you're getting a goat. So I was.
And she has the hots already for some dude in the class, right?
She has the hots for 2 dudes in the class.
Oh, okay.
And,
a girl.
And a teacher also.
And
what?
A teacher?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't like it. I try to shut it down.
Is the teacher male or female?
Male teacher. Oh. She's not an abomination like you. She wrote that in the card. So I'm sitting at the table last night, and I've got my one daughter who's got to fill out 25 kids in her class, and the other one's got, I think, 27.
Jeez,
clearly, the public schools are these classes are way too big. So they are writing the card, and all they have to write on each one is their name and classmate or friend, and then they have to put them in the envelope and seal them shut. And it became almost like a sweatshop operation going on because it was, and I'm sitting there, my wife's sitting there.
That's a lot of work for the whole family.
A lot of work, and it took over, it became a whole thing.
And are you trying to write personal notes to everybody, or is it just signing it?
You just sign it.
Got it.
I decided this would be a good opportunity for me to try to make right with my wife because she was really mad about the prank call about her stolen car. So I grabbed a few of the Valentines that were sitting on the table, and I would write flirty little messages to her and slide them across the table.
Ugh, it's so creepy.
Oh, I mean, nothing, a little flirty, but not over sexual.
A few of them got that way. Yeah, a few of them. No. Like one of them was I wrote coupon good for 1 orgasm, date of your choosing, stuff like that. So anyway, I'm sliding these across.
In front of your own children?
My kids are on the other, they're not looking at this. They're busy writing their names and signing hello classmate.
This is not the only time you've been creepy in front of...
It's not creepy.
No,
that's
you
flirty.
got a FaceTime from your wife around the kids and you're like, maybe daddy's going to get lucky tonight.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
Never said that.
Yes,
no
you did.
way. I know the odds of that are slim.
You said that, and I was like, that is very weird.
So I've written now 3 or 4 little, I've sent one over. It was circle, yes or no to, it was flirty stuff,
BJHJ.
Yeah.
Check this box.
Check this box. So I've probably passed over, I don't even know, 3, maybe 4. We finally finished this job. It took us an hour to do this. And I say to her, hey, you may want to throw those out before, the kids see them. And she looks at the table. She can't find them.
Oh, my God.
We realized that somehow in this process of stuffing all these envelopes for the classmates, that all of the ones I've written to her that were,
X-rated?
Some were X, some were just a hard R, had gotten put into envelopes and then put into a pile.
You were writing her hard R's.
Hard R's.
Pull that clip.
That's very edgy.
I went full R. And I'm sending, so now we realize these little ones I had sent her, a coupon for an orgasm. One of them said something about slide this back to me when you're ready. I'll meet you upstairs and stuff like that.
I'll meet you upstairs.
Does she just roll her eyes at this point because you always try to be funny when you guys are upset at each other?
Is this helping?
I thought it was helping, but in retrospect. She then realized that one of the kids, probably the 6-year-old, took these and put them inside of envelopes and then put them in the pile. So now we have no idea because every card says on the front of it, classmate or friend. So now I have to go through and open all 40 50 Valentines.
And go through and
one by one to find the ones. Yeah, because the worst case scenario is, imagine that. She slid one of these, accidentally get one to one of the kids in the class.
Well, let's hope it's the one she likes.
The kid comes home and goes,
or the teacher.
What is this? So now I got to open up. So now all of the work we did.
Are these all like spit sealed?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then you have to buy more envelopes?
I got to start the whole thing again.
Oh,
they've all been. I have no envelopes now. All the envelopes have been ripped open because I had to go through, and it took me I had to open 27 before I found the one that said "good for a quickie," and then I had to open another 16 before I found the one that said.
And they wouldn't have known the difference between your handwriting is the same as your kids.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so bad.
And she was so mad. Then she's like, "I can't believe you." You know, I mean, we couldn't wait to seal that final envelope, be done with this thing. It was like, oh, thank God. And then to know that we have to start it all over again. So now after the show today, I got to run out. I got to buy all new Valentines. I got all new cards.
Wait, you can use the same Valentines.
You can't just buy envelopes. They're kits. And then, of course, the cards we got probably aren't going to fit in the same stupid envelope. So
no.
It's just unbelievable. And I say to myself, God, I outdone myself.
So much for a quickie.
Is Klein a dummy?
Yeah. You want to vote on that, or is it... Yeah.
Check this box. Yes.
Klein's brain needs to be inspected in a lab.
I hope Klein put his name on them.
I didn't sign them.
Oh, Klein is a dum-dum.
Thank you. Well, anyway, that was my night. So if you try to be flirty using the Valentines your kids are bringing to school, don't do it.
When have you learned just stop helping? Just stop trying to help anybody or any situation.
That's a great takeaway from today's show. Back in a moment, find out why Allie almost died yesterday. The plot thickens next.
I think everybody here knows what it means to join the Mile High Club, right?
Oh, my God.
It's the KROQ Mile High Club. Get lucky and see your favorite KROQ bands in places all over the world. Destination 4. Climb the CN Tower. Take in a hockey game. Go boot in a boot and eat all the poutine you can handle. Because it's okay. Free healthcare.
When KROQ sends you to see us, Mumford & Sons in Toronto, Canada.
It's not your fault, but mine.
Listen to 9, noon, 3, and 6.
Qualify all week and instantly score tickets to our show at the Palladium.
Pre-sale starts 10 a.m. tomorrow with Ticketmaster. Sign up at agora.gentlemenoftheroad.com.
Rush me a restless heart to the end.
You'll get the chance to see him again in Toronto, Canada.
Good people, been down so long.
It's the KROQ Mile High Club, Destination 4. Keep listening to win. Good luck.
Courtesy of Live Nation.
The world famous KROQ.
From Monster Tour Water. Straight up water, nothing else. Visit monstertourwater.com to find a store near you.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Let's solve a mystery. A couple days ago, a package arrived after the show. It was a giant bouquet of these live forever flowers that last for a couple of years. They're very expensive. They're sent like a giant, looks like a paint bucket. I think it's officially known as like a hat box or something.
Oh.
I don't know what those things are called, but fancy. And it was arrived and it was addressed to Vanessa. She doesn't want to give her last name. And this, she didn't know where they came from because there was nothing on the card except it said, here, something brighten your day or something.
It said
trash.
smile. Brighter days are ahead.
Smile.
Hope you like these.
Brighter days are ahead. Now, there's been so many interesting developments with Vanessa. Vanessa's single. She lives by herself. Let me give out her address.
She has no protection.
No
There's
protection.
No building security.
Low windows and no
What
bar.
are you guys talking about? I have so much protection.
So here's the deal. Vanessa is freaked out because she thinks that maybe she has a stalker. And the reason she thinks this is because she went on a date a few weeks ago with someone, and she said the date wasn't great. So she said to the guy, you can just walk me home and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
The guy walked her home. A few days later, in her mail, a handwritten note from the guy.
Saying, I really, really like you still.
Yeah.
I want to spend time with you. By the way, get well soon from your surgery.
Right.
And we said that was creepy.
And then he signed his name.
In blood.
In ink, but it might as well have been blood. It was a creepy signature. Regardless, that happened. And then Vanessa's like, I'm such an idiot. Why did I let the guy walk me home? And a lot of people texted us, especially a lot of women, and they said, word of advice, Never let even though it seems chivalrous to be like, let me take you home. Don't do that, especially early.
I actually have a friend who's been dating for a while, and her favorite place she lives in Anaheim. Her favorite place to go on dates is downtown Disney. She's like, you literally have to go through security.
Oh, it's great. Smart.
You are in a crowded place 100% of the time.
Yep.
No one knows where you live or anything. It's just, let's meet at downtown Disney.
Oh, when they open up that Din Tai Fung, I'll be a regular. Soup dumplings all day. So Vanessa is freaking out. And then these flowers arrived. So the first thought she had was maybe it's the guy that also delivered. This guy likes to deliver stuff. Mm-hmm. Then there was a bunch of theories because she recently had a little flirty exchange, we thought, with the new lead singer of Sublime, Bradley's son, Jacob Noel. We thought maybe that was the situation going on.
He's got flower money.
He was here, and he was just here. He knows the address. That would have made sense. We talked about, of course, the Bud Light Bros, because the Bud Light Bros.
Yeah. Vanessa gets around.
She gets around.
I do not get around.
Everybody thinks they have a shot, with you. And the Bud Light Bros let us know that it was not them.
What's up, Klein Alley? It's the Bud Light Bros. Hey, great show today, guys. Hilarious. Just wanted to say, Allie is absolutely right. We are not Vanessa stalkers. As certified cheapos ourselves, we would never spend $400 on some flowers from Chateau La Fleur.
So they're out. They tapped out. They're not involved in this at all. They never did it.
Glad we can mention the flower company.
So they didn't get involved. They cleared the deck. Then there was a lot of theories coming through. Instagram went through all the theories, hundreds of theories pouring through. Instagram, text line. Maybe it was this. Perhaps it was that. Maybe it's a security guy at the building. Maybe it was one of the bands. Bands, sometimes they send stuff over, like if we have them in, not because they're trying to sleep with Vanessa, but because they appreciate coming by and coming on the show. And Vanessa's usually the one that does all the emails back and forth. Could have been any of a number of guests that came by recently.
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani. Maybe
I wish it was Gwen Stefani.
I know, that'd be so nice.
That'd be so cool.
Maybe it was a pre-gift from Billie Eilish, who's going to be by on Friday. I mean, it could have been any of a number of things. You don't know.
Right. But it was definitely for Vanessa.
Definitely just for Vanessa. And the message, even though it was vague, did say, here's
that brighter
to brighten
days
your
are
day.
ahead. Yeah.
So
now we have a break in the case.
there is a break in the case. Someone heard us discussing this on the air. And you can see what these things look like. And they're
From
up.
prison.
Inmate number 77357. And he said no, we got a text, for a DM from someone. And they said the following. And I just want to say before I read this, Vanessa, I had no idea how many strangers out there are infatuated with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it is.
I'm flattered, but I also don't get it. But thank you guys. But I don't understand.
That's the attraction
exactly.
right there.
That's the charm. Is that Vanessa doesn't care. She just wants to live her damn life. She's still hung up on some chef that doesn't want to be in an exclusive relationship. That's what makes her so wanted. Yep. Did you drunk text him after your birthday thing?
No.
Hey, guys.
I don't know.
Actually, I don't know.
Because I don't remember.
That was the other theory, that Vanessa was just out and having a wild birthday weekend in Long Beach, and she was drunk and making out with God knows who. And
I
maybe
didn't make out with anyone.
You don't know that.
Hey
I
guys,
know this.
she wrote, this is the DM guy. Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day. I just wanted to apologize to Vanessa for the mystery gift she received yesterday. I honestly feel terrible for freaking her out. But I honestly just want to do something nice. That's all. And hopefully you guys don't take it apart. Because our theory was it was full of drugs. That was another theory.
That was another great
We
theory.
were going to rip it apart. It was very heavy. We figured it was a drug smuggling thing. Anyway, there's nothing other than that and roses, I promise. No cameras, no drugs, etc. As far as the message, I was just trying to be a nice gesture.
Mm-hmm.
And even though your life is great, you just never know, that's all. But again,
that's creepy.
sorry.
What do you mean that you never know? What are you going to do?
Life is short.
But again, sorry, Vanessa. I did not mean to scare you. I honestly do feel bad. Probably should have signed it. But yeah, again, my bad. And this was just from a...
So this is from a listener that interacts with us regularly on our Instagram, but also could have... Can't you just take responsibility for the flowers?
Right. Well, that's the other thing. Anyone
Can't you
could
be
take
like,
responsibility.
sorry, I spent so much on you.
Right. That's what I would do. That's a great move. You want to slide in to Vanessa.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So you're welcome, Vanessa, for the flowers.
That's right. There, we decided.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
It's a show thing from all of us.
We forgot your birthday and we got you these flowers. Happy bright day! Right?
That makes sense now, actually.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
Man, I can't believe she bought it. What a dummy. Yeah, so I think they're from a listener. Well, at least one guy took credit for them, maybe.
But now there's a different admirer. It's crazy.
That's crazy. So now we got to give this guy
I think
her
now
address.
we're up to 3 admirers, which is
funny.
a lot.
You have more admirers than the rest of the whole show combined.
Exactly.
Which is so frustrating.
Which is the whole show combined is 0.
Yeah, all we want is an admirer. We have
just
0.
Guys, please, everyone that admires Allie, Klein, Jake, Omar, Johnny, hit them up. Because I cannot go with this attention.
Don't send us flowers, though. Send us
them
food.
flowers. Send us food.
Part 2 of this is that Jake took those flowers and tried to give them to his girlfriend and hoping it would end his dry spell. We'll get to that later in the show, but it also could not have gone worse.
I heard you listening to some of it and just shaking your head, and it made me so sad. I haven't heard it yet, but it seems like you were very sad for him.
Yeah, we'll get to this later today. We'll come back in a moment, take a look at what's going on in the world together, then the Freeway feud and your sold-out Billie Eilish tickets all coming up. I know you're thinking, man, those two look... On Allie's show. It's usually a good day, or at least a decent day, if you do not have an altercation with the police. In Allie's particular case, she did have an altercation with the police.
I didn't have an altercation with the police.
It sounds like you did. I saw a picture too, and today you claim that you're moving very slowly. So, so you got tased at Target trying to steal.
Technically, I got hit by a car.
What?
So
were you walking?
I'm walking gingerly, but yes, I'm walking.
Is the car okay?
Shut up! The car's fine!
How much damage to the car?
I didn't damage the stupid car. The car damaged me. I'm damaged goods.
So I'll take a moment of silence and think about that car for a second. Hold on.
Shut up.
Totaled.
It's not total. It's not a total loss. So
Allie, what happened?
I had decided, like I said, to go to Target, and so I had parked. And you know, at Target in the parking lot, they have like 50 spots for handicap, 50 spots for curbside. You have to park kind of far, even if you get a good spot. So I'm walking, and I've got like a 10-minute window where I can run this errand before I have to pick my kid up from school. So I'm walking kind of fast, and as I'm passing the handicap section of the parking lot, I suddenly feel an impact on my leg, knee, hand, lots of pain, and I'm knocked down to the ground, and I realize that a car backed out of their spot immediately into me, and I'm glad they were planning on pulling out all the way, but once they realized they hit me, they decided to stop. And
you got backed into?
Yes, they backed into me.
The irony of that is we always play those funny sounds when we talk about you backing up, which are those loud warning beeps.
I know. And I probably should have those for walking forwards now. So I got, and it hurt. I mean, when you're not expecting that, which I guess when are you?
Well,
but even if you're...
I think getting hit by a car, yeah, it would hurt for sure, yeah.
Yeah, but of all the
But it's like you're just on your way. You're like doing something mindless, right? You're like in autopilot, and then all of a sudden you just experience a lot of pain, followed by you're on the pavement. You don't know what happened. And then you realize that, oh, my God, there's a car there that just literally backed into me. I'm glad they didn't keep going.
What kind of car? Like a SUV, regular car?
See, that's why I'm bad in these scenarios, because I'm not an observant person, and I have no idea. It was black. It was a black car.
Even now, you don't have an idea afterwards? You didn't make notes?
So
take pictures?
I'm on the ground, and then I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Well, face plant, or you put your hands out, or?
I can't remember. Can't tell you, Omar.
Wow.
I just remember I was on the ground.
Did a crowd gather to see what happened?
How'd this whale get here?
Another beached whale. No, there were a couple people who stopped, including one of the guys who was doing the curbside stuff at
To
Target.
help you, or just to watch like you would do?
To point and laugh.
Okay.
And no. They did end up helping me. So the guy gets out, and he's an old man.
Oh, an old guy.
Old guy in a handicapped spot. This guy goes, oh, wow, I was looking at another car to wait for that car to pass by, and then I just backed out, and you were there. Like, who knows how this happened? And I'm like, okay.
Wait, that's the first thing he said?
Yeah, he started, like, rambling about an excuse of, like, why...
What the hell?
Well,
you want to check in on your well-being?
Because people learn when you get into an accident, you're never supposed to, even if it's 100% your fault, you're never supposed to say, like, I'm sorry, or that's my fault, or that's on me. Because if Allie decides to, go after this guy, he's going to make the argument that it was her fault because she was running through the parking lot, not whatever.
It's never the pedestrian's fault,
in this case, it could have been.
No. See, that's why I knew that you were going to say this is my fault. All I am doing is walking through the parking lot.
You said you were running. You had 10 minutes.
I wasn't running. I was walking quickly, but there were no cars around him. I was in there was that handicapped section where there was only like 1 or 2 cars that were parked there. It wasn't like a row of jam-packed cars.
Maybe he was thinking, this woman's in the handicapped section, but she's not handicapped. Let's fix that.
Are you a vigilant walker in the parking lot? Did you see the little white backing up lights pop on, or did he do it so fast that you didn't?
It was so fast. I was already in his path when he backed up. Like I was already.
He just put it in reverse and then hit the gas.
Yes. So then he gets out and he's like, and then he said, "Are you okay?" And as I'm getting up, and it didn't help me up, by the way. As I'm getting up, I'm like, I think so. I think I'm all right. And then he goes, okay, starts getting in his car and says, sorry about that, and leaves.
What?
That was his plan. Get out of
You
it.
let him leave?
Well, I didn't know what was happening. I was like shocked by what the hell happened, and I was like, okay. So
Dude,
then
most of these accidents, you're not going to feel like the actual
the injury,
like, pain, right, for days.
So then I start taking a few steps as I continue into the store, and I'm like, I need to sit down. So I sit down on the curb. And I had like my fingernail, I had like bent back, and my leg was kind of hurting, and I was like, I need to take a minute. So this woman pulls up and she goes, oh my God, are you okay? I just saw that whole thing. I wrote down his license plate number.
Oh, nice. Good Samaritan.
And she's like, and I was like, I think I'm all right. And she was like, is there anybody you can call to let know that you're okay, or let them know what happened? Are you going to file a police report? I was like, I don't know. Like, I think I'm okay, but yeah, I guess I should call my wife. So I get the license plate number and I call my wife. And she is no help at all. She's like, oh, my God, you probably have an aneurysm. You're going to die. Oh, my Lord, you should probably call an ambulance to come get you, et cetera. I'm
Are
like,
you
no.
for real?
Yeah, I'm like, well, this isn't making me feel any better. This is making me feel really nervous. So then I'm like, okay, I need to file some kind of report. And then as I start figuring out what I want to do, I'm like, well, I need to get the camera footage because you guys are going to find it hilarious.
Oh, God, please tell me they gave it to you.
So I went to guest services. I waited in that long line of people complaining about their returns and everything like that.
If you have the camera footage of you getting hit by this car, it will make my year. Please.
So eventually a supervisor comes and she goes, how can I help you? I'm like, somebody hit me in the parking lot. I need some camera footage. And they were like, well, you have to file a police report and the police have to request it. If the police request it, we'll give it to them and then they can give it to you. I go, okay, then I guess I'll file a police report. So I call the police and they were like, so are you okay? I was like, I mean, yeah. And they were like, so what do you want me to do about this?
And
I was
like, the camera footage.
We need to see the fall of the ball.
So a cop shows up. This has been like an hour and a half by this point that I've been in the parking lot and at Target. I said, well, this guy was in the spot and he starts backing up and he hits me and I fall over. And then suddenly the guy that hit me walks up.
Stop it.
To the police car.
No way.
And goes, hi, yes, that's me.
He came back.
I came back because I was so worried about you. And I was like, what? like an hour and a half
was it
later.
Ashton Kutcher? And you're a punk.
So here we are. Yeah.
First bike ride.
So
can't believe we got a sequel to the Crash video.
I know,
excited.
I know. So then he goes, hey, I was waiting for this car to pass, and then she ran into my car. Says I ran into his car,
and I
start going, what the hell? And then the cop's like, all right, what do you want to do then? Do you guys just want to exchange information? And the guy's like, well, it's up to her, and he's like playing the old person card again.
Sure.
So I'm like, yeah, I do want to exchange information. And he goes, okay. And then he tells the cop, here's my business card. I am a claims investigator.
That's what the guy's job is.
Yes.
The old man.
Yes, the old man is a claims investigator.
You're cooked, Allie. You're cooked.
He gives me his business card.
You got to get Sweet James in your corner. He'll take care of it.
Look at this. He is a private investigator.
Oh, my God.
And I realize...
Oh, he's one of these ambulance chaser guys.
Dude, so I realize he probably heard a police scanner say, hey, here's the license plate number of this guy. Somebody's coming out to the parking lot.
Heard that he was under investigation for hit and run.
And then he came back.
Came back to the scene of the crime.
Came back to the scene of the crime to somehow prevent an incident report from happening, swaps information, and goes on his way. Damn. And now this is literally the worst person that can hit me.
Yeah, worse.
Is a claims investigator going, okay, well, what's the point of pursuing this, right?
Hey, you're on KROQ. Good morning. What's up? Hey.
That is the dumbest thing ever. Like, how do you get hit in accidents like that? Like, how do you become a radio host and you're that illiterate and that dumb? Like,
that's a good question, Allie. Let's go ahead and blame the victim here.
We don't know whose side they're on. Let's take the next call.